Let's roll. All right. 3,
Do it.
2, 1. What's going on, motherfuckers? Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pocket Show. Today is Sunday, May 21st, 2017, and this is episode number 24. Here with me tonight, we have SaltySam, SpeedDemon, MrFortyTwo, and the BadBadRobot. The script still says 2016. I have yet to edit the template to adjust it to the new year. There's some things that I just don't do.
They're just you still write 2016 in every spot on the piece of paper that says date, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, I've done that a few times. Yes, I have. Maybe.
It is weird to think it is 2017. I get that.
And it's almost half over.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
It's like a few months we just started the year, and it's like not even that long ago we started COP.
Yeah.
Or this Trump presidency is just flying by.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Absolutely great way. All right, before we get into introductions and let you know who you guys are looking at, we have a couple announcements. The first one being that there is a new Crocs and Hot Pockets spin-off podcast. It is called Croc Pockets 1v1 for I can't think of anything cool to call it. All right, let's just get to the chase. I'm not a very creative person, so I couldn't think of anything better. It's just going to be called 1v1, and it's basically a show where I'm going to have on one other guest. Most of the time, it'll be new guests that you haven't seen before, but then also some of the time we'll have some of these guys here that'll be doing 1v1s as well. But the focus is to focus on the guest. They're streaming most of the time. They're going to be streamers, whatever content that they produce, and you know, just learning about them. And the purpose of the show is to kind of get to know other streamers and other gamers that I wouldn't normally have talked to, and just give me a chance to learn about them and what they're doing and their stream, and give the audience a chance to learn something about these streamers as well. And one of the cool things that we're going to do is we will have a question and answer portion on the 1v1 show as well. So people who are there can ask questions and have them answered live by the streamer. So right now I have about 7 guests lined up all the way through August. So,
damn.
Yeah, we have a lot of awesome shows planned for you. So this show, yeah, it's gonna be dope. This show will remain just as it is every other Sunday with the normal crew, and then for the Sundays that we do not have the Crocs and Hot Pockets 5-man podcast, we will have the 1v1. So you'll have some sorts of Croc Pockets in your life on a weekly basis.
Croc Pockets.
Croc Pockets. Yeah, it's just a shortened version, right? Okay, so Weenie had the good idea of calling it Lean Pockets because it's
Crocs and Lean Pockets.
Crocs and Lean Pockets. Which is,
I do like 1v1. Like 1v1 is like it's a gamer term, and it's like yeah.
So
I don't know, but Lean Pockets is pretty clever.
Because it's like, again, it's just the name of it. And I get so hung up on it, and then I get frustrated because I can't think of anything cool. But oh well. So yeah, that the first 1v1 show is going to be next Sunday, and my first guest is going to be Nipnops. Me and Robot had him on the GSN Weekly podcast back in the day, and yeah, so we'll have him back. And the second one, we actually have a sponsor for the show now. This company actually watched our podcast a couple weeks back and watched a couple episodes and thought that we would have, some good corporate synergy with this product. So our first ever sponsor for the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast is Dr. Mark's Seaman's Cookbook, with recipes like blood orange fruit salad and creamy yogurt dressing and lentil burgers with zesty mayo. It'll bring a new definition to homemade. Dr. Mark's Seaman Cookbook. You'll keep coming back for more. And that is all we have for our sponsors this week. So, guys, who the hell are you? And where can we find you online?
Who the fuck would sponsor us?
Dr. Mark, of course.
I didn't
rich boys.
The man, the myth, the legend.
I hadn't even read that part of the script, and when you said that, I was excited. I was like, "What?"
I'm like, "This is great news." I was like looking for the smirk, right? I was like, "There's no way he's gonna hold it together." And
am I the only one?
And I'm like, "Aha!"
Am I the only one that clearly knew that was complete?
Pretty much. I feel like he would have mentioned it.
Exactly.
Okay, here's the thing, though. semen cookbooks exist. That is
What?
not
I'm sure
a
they
fake
do.
thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. There is a cult, and they are the Martha Stewarts of the cock. They just love putting semen in everything. I'm not joking.
Ugh,
Yep.
what's wrong with people?
Yeah, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Robots on board.
Just loosening everyone up.
YOLO.
Hello.
Get a side of lube and just
Anyways, SaltySam.
My name is SaltySam. You can find me online at GSN Gaming forums and Discord, as well as Twitch and Twitter at TheSaltySam, and now appearing in your Instagram feed. It's Salty all day.
Yeah, let's get everybody over there.
I'm not
Snapchat's fucking dead, bro.
Yep.
Feel bad for him, but what the fuck?
I haven't changed anything. I'm SpeedDemon. You can find me on the GSM forums and Discord, and on Twitter at SpeedDemon2533.
My name is MrFortyTwo, and you can find me on Snapchat and Twitch at MrFortyTwo, and also now back on Instagram at MrFortyTwo, and also on Twitter at MrFortyTwoTV.
I'm BadBadRobot. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BadBadRobot. And you can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at the BadBadRobot. Instagram. Let's just be honest. It's just better. Even though it's gonna happen.
We can that's actually probably something we can talk about. I'll actually, if somebody wants to throw that before the Twitch portion in the script for me, just put Instagram and
I probably would have, stayed with Snapchat, but there seems to be this like certain bug, apparently with like my account specifically, where I just don't get nudes anymore. I don't know what's going on.
it's because you're directing them through that third-party URL. People want to go directly to the stores.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
True that.
I fucked up your URL.
Are you kidding me?
Maybe it was on purpose.
Bad
Roboy.
Is
All right, I'm changing my name.
Is that your porn name, robot?
Bad Roboy.
That's what happens when you do it live. All right, now it's fixed. Somebody should check to see if that's a streamer or not.
Okay.
Bad Roboy. Hopefully it's a
Oh, boy.
man, because none of us want to see that. All right, anyways, Hello, my name is Naaackers, and you guys can find me on this very channel, and you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Naaackers with 3 A's. And we will jump right into the what the fuck are you drinking? So SaltySam.
I've actually got 2 summer IPAs. One is Sweetwater Going Coastal. It's a pineapple IPA. Sweetwater is out of Atlanta. And then follow that up with a Rebel Juiced IPA from Sam Adams. Both of them are delicious as fuck. They're like the next step up from a Line and Kugel Shandy. They're just a little bit harder of a beer.
Harder.
And moister.
Delicious.
I swear to fucking Godspeed.
Come on.
Let's just pass.
All right.
42.
Going right along.
I'm just going kind of basic today, and I just got a Stella.
Nice.
It's what is that? What does that say? Alest Siortra. Backwards.
Oh,
It was forward. It was right.
It's regular on my
Oh,
screen.
it's backwards for me.
yeah.
I'm reading it
Skype,
backwards.
Skype's stupid. Somebody save me, please.
It's so bad. I went to Starbucks before the show, and they started this thing. I think they're competing with G Fuel. It's called S Fuel, like Starbucks fuel.
Shit fuel.
So I'm like, I'll have some of that.
We'll
got some
totally
of
get
that.
all the ritzy people back.
They want to get sponsored on stream, I guess.
I'm just kidding. It's G Fuel in the Starbucks cup. I should have let you. You guys totally would have bought that.
We all bought it.
Oh yeah.
Naaackers
I mean, it sounds like something a
S-Fuel?
company like Starbucks would do.
S Fuel.
Because don't they have like giant sweetened teas that you can get in cups like that. Not like hot chai tea or black.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they have some flavored like sweetened teas that you can get.
They have that Tivania shit or whatever the fuck it is.
Tivana. Yeah.
Rihanna.
Have you guys? Has anybody tried any new beers in the past couple of weeks that you liked? Anything new?
Both of those are ones I'd never had before.
Okay.
I've been sticking with the usuals. I went through like 2 cases of the grapefruit shandy. But,
Those are some of the best beers to have alongside a summer shandy if you're outside. Like if you're outside and it's summertime, it's so good.
It's like drinking lemonade.
Yeah. I have a delicious hearty Miller Lite. I was on my way home from the grocery store and I'm like, man, I'm parched. I need a fruity drink. I was going to go get some bubble tea, but it was too far. And by too far, it means it was 3 blocks out of my way. So I didn't go. So I was like, hey, there's a 7-Eleven on the way home. I'll just go get a Slurpee. So I got a Slurpee. I was like, shit, I don't have any alcohol for the Crocs show tonight. What do we got? And I look, there's a wall of tall boys. I saw 4 Locos that were there. And I was like, I kind of just want to fancy a trial of it. But I didn't. So it's 2 Miller boys, tall boys, Miller Lite
What?
for $3. 2 tall boys for $3. Can't beat that. This at a music
You should
festival
have
is
just
usually
bought
like
water. It would taste
$9.
the same.
But this one makes my pee taste better than water does, so I'm gonna go with that. But not yesterday. Thursday, I went to the liquor store and picked up a 6-pack of beer. I think the company or the brewery is called Odd Side Ales, and they're another Michigan microbrew. And you guys are gonna laugh. The beer is called Passion Juice. What's up, kitty? And it is an IPA that is fused with passion. Ah, my nuts! Jesus Christ!
Infused with my nuts.
You're a little asshole.
Oh, he is a little asshole.
This is the emote right here.
Oh, that is so cute.
He literally stepped right on my nut. Like, not both of them, just one of them. Pressure. So anyways, it's called Passion Juice, and it's a passion fruit IPA. So it's hoppy like a regular IPA, but it's got that fruity tang that I like, and it is absolutely delicious. So if you happen to be in Michigan and you see that beer, go and get it because it's yummy.
Don't get it.
All right, moving on to what non-gaming stuff we have all been up to these past 2 weeks. So SaltySam, start with you.
Last couple weeks has been pretty normal. With the weather outside, we went from 60s to 100-degree days. Now we're back to like 70s and sunny. So I've been spending a lot of time outside. Been working like crazy, and then yesterday was my first day off, and me and my wife and my son went to a food truck festival, which turned out to be a lot more lackluster than we expected it to be. When I hear festival, I'm thinking like 15, 20 trucks minimum for my area. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, for those of you that don't know. And it was literally 2 fucking ice cream places, food trucks. Like, one was a worldwide franchise business, Sweet Frog. I don't know if y'all have them around you.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another one that was like a local ice cream shop. And then the third one was the only one that served any food. And it was expensive as fuck.
What a
But it looked delicious.
They were like $10 for fucking meals.
Sounds about right. From taco truck.
I did get I got buffalo ranch deep fried rockfish bites.
Oof.
And they were fucking amazing.
They look
Hell
good.
Yeah.
I posted a picture of the thing half eaten because nothing even crossed my mind to even think about taking my fucking phone out. Before I was just like,
I'm a dad and I'm hungry.
Yeah, fuck this, it's hot. And then
so good.
Last night we've got like a little fire pit and a bunch of like deck furniture and shit. So after the kid went to bed last night. Popped a few drinks, had a couple friends over, and started fire up at the fire pit. Sat out there for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
But that's about it for me. Pretty normal days.
Speaking of sitting for an extended period of time, between my Rocket League stream on Saturday and then just like sitting and working and then playing video games again, I was in this chair for 14 hours. I could not fall asleep for like an hour because of how bad my back hurt. Like no matter what position I went into, I was like, "Oh my god, I feel awful."
Damn it!
Gotta
Need
get
a new chair.
I need a new chair so bad. One of these days. That's the first time in a long time that I've felt physical anguish because of this chair. But I guess when you spend 14 hours in it, you kind of hurt a little bit. It's not natural to be in this position.
It doesn't matter what the fucking chair is normally.
Might need to invest in a standing desk or something.
You know, Darkness streams with a standing desk sometimes. And I'm like, that's interesting. But I don't know, having that much equipment on top of a desk that moves kind of scares me.
I think it just has monitors. I think most of the stuff's on the ground.
It's down below. Okay, that dude. Yeah. That dude's
and he's got
display setup.
6 monitors. Yeah, it's insane.
So could be.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, work like usual. Been going there. Same time frame from 8 to 6 every day. When I get home, I go to the gym. That's it. Just been doing that.
Keeping that body tight for the ladies and the fellas.
When are we gonna get nudes?
Yeah.
When are we gonna get our nudes?
When my body's ready.
All right, I can wait. That's it. Just work and gym.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't run
I don't
over
really have
anybody.
much time to do anything. Not anybody important, so.
How's Grandma Speed?
She's doing pretty good. She's getting to the point where she forgets things a lot, but I mean that's just gonna happen.
Sounds like me.
You're just brain dead, so. I'm just kidding, man.
The sass.
He's been so sassy these past 2 weeks. It's been very entertaining.
We need to go rough on him again.
Gotta put him in his place.
Yeah, this is gonna happen. All right.
Robot's been doing that a little bit in Grand Theft Auto. We're sitting there driving. What happened today? Somebody was hard to drive, and then he said, "Step 1, take Speed's mom out."
Like they said they couldn't control the car, like it was so hard to control. I was like, well, get better tires. Step 1, get better tires. Step 2, take Speed's mom out the trunk. That only helps you in the winter. You got to get snow tires and then put Speed's mom in the trunk to get some more weight on the rear tires, especially if it's a rear-wheel drive car.
Damn.
That's all for me though.
For me, I've just been basically just work. After work, I come home and just dinner, and then pretty much on the gaming for the most part. Today, I helped a friend move into a new house, so pretty sore and tired at this point, but gonna make it work. I got beer. I'm good to go. And other than that, just what?
How did she pay you?
Beer and pizza.
Yeah.
Was it a sausage pizza?
And pussy.
There was I will tell you, there was a pineapple pizza, there was a barbecue chicken pizza, and there was a Hawaiian pizza.
Oh,
wait,
Wait, Hawaiian is pineapple though, I thought.
Yeah, Hawaiian
What
is
did I
pineapple.
say?
You said
You said pineapple?
Pepperoni, barbecue
Okay.
chicken, and Hawaiian.
Okay.
That's a one of each kind of situation.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
And you picked up the Hawaiian one and tossed it in the trash where it belongs, didn't you? That's what I would have done.
I ate so much of that stuff.
Oh man. What's do you guys have any popular pizza chains that are specific to Canada around you?
There is one, and actually, I had to look into it because me and Vansman were watching hockey the one night, and it was one of the Canadian teams that was playing, and he's like, "Oh, there's so many ads on the boards that I don't recognize from Canada." And then he was like, "Oh, what's this pizza?" And I was like,
It's just Little Caesars.
Well, apparently Pizza is. I don't think Pizza is Little Caesars.
Yeah,
That was their slogan for like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Pizza,
Well,
pizza.
Okay, so there is actually a company in Canada called Pizza.
Oh.
Oh.
That's why I think he was so confused because the logo looks like a specific logo too.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like the same font they use in Little Caesars.
Yeah,
Maybe they're owned by the same parent company.
They have to be.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well,
But,
they're in a,
like-
they couldn't do anything anyways, could they? Since being in another country.
Just make pizza.
Nah, in the U.S. is fucking retarded when it comes to copyright shit.
Yeah.
Pursue that shit everywhere.
And that pizza one, they're actually we don't get them out in my way out in Western Canada, but they have like a sister company called Pizza 73, which is just I don't even know what the 73 stands for.
Year of establishment? Maybe.
Maybe that could be.
Number of mooses in the general area.
Yeah.
That goes up though. It's not a stagnant number.
They have a moose murdering party just to keep that population number at bay.
Well, some get old and then they have babies, and the old ones die, and they have to. It's probably stays, pretty steady, pretty stable.
There's
Now that we're talking about moose hunting.
I know, and I was just gonna tell a moose story too.
Do it, yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I was just
come
gonna
on,
mention
come on.
how the city that's in the mountains that's closest to us that I always go to for snowboarding. There's there's a news story like every week about somebody like filming a moose going into their yard because they live like right in the mountain area.
So
and
jealous.
There's so many times where mooses just come strolling into people's yards and people will be filming them from their windows and yelling stuff at them. And there was one video I saw where the moose like came over to the window and was like sniffing inside the window, and someone yelled something, and the moose just like hopped up and like smacked the window. Almost broke it.
Oh my god.
I sniff where I want.
So the name Pizza 73, I looked
Sorry.
at the FAQ on their website.
Yeah.
They wanted Pizza 72, but it was already taken, so they used Pizza 73, which comes from the origin of their digits of their first phone number,
Oh, yeah, I did read
473
that.
73.
Oh,
But
okay.
why did they want 72?
No, I
Maybe that
don't
was
know.
their fax
Yeah.
line. Maybe they had a telephone number and then a fax line,
They
so it was like
found us
one
out.
digit off. Yeah. I don't know.
I had speaking of animals being either just using their instincts or being assholes. Anybody see the video of the sea lion grabbing the girl and yanking her into the water?
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Trying to
That
prove
was on
you still
Imager.
lying.
Yep. Okay, so even though the video says killer sea lion, the video started and I see the sea lion's head popping out. I'm like, oh, it's so cute. That's probably what everybody in that video thought too.
I need to watch it.
Oh my god, it's great. It's great.
And
Pretty sure Casey Neistat shared it on Twitter at some point today.
that thing could have kept her underwater and killed her
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
with how fast it pulled her in.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to see
Things
the
are
whole
powerful as
video.
fuck.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
like
she just hauled ass after that.
the girl survived, so we can make fun of it. But
Yeah.
when you had like school field day or any like trampoline like park, they have the giant blow up infrastructures where you have a vest and there's a bungee cord tied to the back of your vest and you have to try and run as far as you can, and then the bungee cord yanks you back. That's what she got whiplash so hard from the sea lion just grabbing her clothes and ripping her. I thought it was hilarious. Why you don't put your fucking child on the edge near wild sea life?
What a horrible idea. Usually I'm on high alert about like what could go wrong around me. And I was like, oh my God, look at its big cute eyes. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's insane. I'm sure someone can put a link of it in chat so people know what the fuck we're talking about.
It's times like these I wish we streamed on YouTube so we could just show videos and not get copyright shit on. Or not YouTube, one of the other stream sites. But alas, I can't remember. One time on GSN Weekly, we showed a game trailer or like game footage of a new and upcoming game to like advertise the game. And then we got a copyright strike for
Yep.
it. It's like, I'm sorry, did you not want us to talk about your game? You loser.
I think it was Battlefront. Like I can't remember. It was either Battlefront or it was like one of the Call of Duties or
wasn't it Identity?
No.
no.
It wasn't? Okay.
It was a popular game that was like, I remember it being like a company that's like, okay, they would be that kind of person to
Yeah.
give you
It
a
wasn't
strike or something like
surprising.
that.
Yep.
And then I remember there was like a flying in Dubai, like the guy with the fucking jetpack flying through Dubai. We got a strike for that too.
Yep.
So, it was so stupid.
We're trying to show how cool you are. Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
All right. 42, that's it for you?
Yep.
Yeah, so me, not too much besides work and gaming. I've been doing like streaming 5 days a week now, Monday through Friday, and I'm taking like Saturdays and Sundays off. The only thing that was like of real excitement was Friday had to take, so we decided we're getting Jax and Sadie both spayed. So we're cutting Jack's balls off. Can we get some F's in chat for his testicles? And we're spaying Sadie. So before we do that, we have to take them in to get their shots. And taking Jax into the vet is a breeze. He loves everybody. Taking Sadie anywhere is a challenge because she smartest dog in the world, but she don't trust nobody. So if she sees someone, she barks at them. So taking her to the vet and like having to put a muzzle on her and restrain her as she gets shots, it's stressful for her, which makes it stressful for us. And we're, well, basically we go in, first thing Sadie does, barks at Bill. And we know Bill, she knows Bill. And then she just starts shitting all over the floor.
Oh my God.
In the vet. And like, I've never seen Sadie poop. She usually goes into the woods, she takes care of her business, and then she comes out and I have to clean up shit. Not that day. So I was on shit and piss duty. So that was a great start. And then Jax comes in. He loves everybody. He's like, I love you, Bill. I haven't seen you in so long. and then Jax decides, hey, maybe I should piss on his desk. And it was just so fucking stressful. It was just like, and it was like, I woke up, we were late. We rushed. It was stressful. I didn't have my coffee in time, and it just made Friday suck so bad. But yeah. Anyways, other than that,
your Instagram story of you zooming in on Sadie in your car from inside wherever you were at, and she's just laser focused on you.
That's the border collie focus, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, I was just like I take her with me when I go to get like coffee and lunch, and she'll just ride in the passenger seat with me, and I'll leave her inside as I go get stuff. But man, she's like, when I'm out of the car, she follows me. She's like, where are you going? When are you coming back? And yeah, that was pretty cute. Other than that, just work, gaming, the vet. We had a date night a few nights ago where we went and got some like delicious Mexican. And if you guys ever come to Plymouth, we're going to take you to Barrio. It's a fantastic, basically, they fresh make these tortilla chips, and then they give you fresh guacamole, like hot, drippy queso dip and like salsa. And like, I probably just filled up on chips. It was so good. Anyways, that's it. My life's pretty boring the past 2 weeks. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. For myself, there wasn't a whole lot going on except for not this weekend, but last weekend was kind of a bunch of stuff kind of packed into one. So the last online community that I was a part of was called Cobalt and Calcium. It was a forum for the band Coheed and Cambria. What I have this tattoo for. And I made so many good friends. Funny thing. Okay, so quick segue. That website used to be an old IP board forum, just like GSN is. And then a couple years back, they switched over to this new like discussion board style. Do you remember me showing you that, Robot? It was like a white page with threads and like just everybody was just like a bubble and a color. you remember
Super
what?
simple.
Yeah, it was.
Was it vanilla boards or?
It was something. It was a very simplified discussion board,
Yeah.
and it was awful. So they moved over to that, and that actually, I didn't know it, but it had died. Like nobody was going to that website anymore, and just recently, Dill Pickle convinced everybody that used to be on that website to get a Discord server. So we've been kind of like reconnecting with everybody using Discord, which is really fucking cool. But a lot of the friends that I made from that community back when I was like 19, 20 years old, I'm still really good friends with. So there's my one buddy, Colin, he lives in up north Michigan, probably like near Petoskey area. So like 4 or 5 hours. Every once in a while, he's like, hey, you want to go somewhere? He's my road trip buddy. We've been on like 6 or 7 road trips, I think, since I met him. And so he drove here. We went to a Coheed and Cambria concert here in Metro Detroit. They played their 3rd album, Good Apollo, from start to finish, which is like an hour and a half. And they're the type of band that does not talk in between songs. Maybe like 2 to 3 sentences of dialogue in between songs. But other than that, they just don't talk at all. So it was like hour and a half straight of that album. And then the encore, they did a 5-song encore after playing an album in its entirety. And then they played like, they played Delirium Trigger, which is like one of their most popular singles. And then they played a bunch of other songs from a bunch of different albums. And apparently like all of them were sick. Like every single one of them was sick at the time. And it was still an amazing show. It sounds just like studio when you're there.
Wow.
So that show was fantastic. And then me and Colin drove to Pittsburgh to visit another person that I met on that website. And we hung out in Pittsburgh for 2 days over the weekend. And we pretty much stayed at the house and hung out for the most part. We went into the Oakland district in downtown Pittsburgh for a Greek food festival. I posted some pictures on Twitter and Instagram. Oh my God. The food was so delicious. And that was kind of it for the Pittsburgh weekend. Yeah, that was it. The only other thing we did was I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and no spoilers, but it was super good. It was a very good movie, so I'd recommend it. I can't decide whether I like it better than the first or the second. Maybe like sometime down the road, maybe in like a month, we can come back and talk to it, because there's this one way that they shot the movie, because it was the same director, right?
Yep.
Okay.
James Gunn?
Yeah. There was just one way that they shot it that I just kind of made me not. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. There's just one thing that I didn't like about the movie, which kind of like brought it to being the same. But there was so many really, really funny moments that made me thoroughly enjoy the movie. So if you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend going and seeing it.
That was one of the things. See, I totally forgot I did that. I went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep. This
Yeah,
is
great
why
movie. Go see it.
This is why everything I do, including breathing and pooping, goes in Google Calendar, so that when I look back on the past 2 weeks, I can remember what I did. All right, moving along.
Can I share one more thing I just realized that happened to me,
Yes.
non-gaming wise? So I got a gift from Black Wrath in the mail. And I showed this off on stream, but I want to show it to you guys because I think you guys would think it's really funny. This is a orange t-shirt with 2 girls, 1 up. Can you guys see it?
Yeah. Oh my God.
2 girls, 1 up. So I got that from Black Wrath. And then I got 2 packages of beef jerky, Alien Fresh jerky, the best jerky in the universe. I got a original flavor and then a pineapple teriyaki, which I cannot wait to open this. I ate the original stuff first. I was saving the best for last, because pineapple.
You just made me realize one thing that I also forgot. So on the way down, if you're going down 75, which I-75 stretches from Michigan all the way down to Florida. It goes from north to south, the entire country. When you're just about to hit Ohio, there's 2 places called Beef Jerky Unlimited. And every time me and Colin go on a road trip, we hit that place. I spent $40 in just beef jerky. I had
Mother of God.
cherry maple pork, teriyaki, spicy garlic, and okay, so cherry maple pork, teriyaki, and spicy garlic were beef, and then there was Cajun beef. I think pork was the cherry maple only, and then
Sounds so good.
jalapeno cheddar beef sticks, and then
That's probably the best.
me and Colin just split a bag of cheese curds. We ate it like chips. It was just like before 20 minutes went by, like half the jerky and all the cheese curds were gone.
How many more
I hate that
flavors
about
were there?
jerky.
How many
You
flavors?
can't just eat
How
one
many,
fucking
like,
piece.
You had like at least 10 flavors that you named. How many more were left?
I
that
would
you
say
coulda got?
between 25 and 30.
Jesus.
So like
Wow.
when we first went to that place, it was within like a month of it opening. You walked in, empty room, white walls, and there's just barrels that have plastic lids and they're filled with jerky.
Whoa.
And so it was just a jerky outlet pretty much. And then since then you walk in, they've got hot sauces, they've got homemade cheese spreads, they've got cheese curds, they've got wood chips for smokers, like a bunch of different flavors of wood chips. It's just like, oh
What
my
the
god,
fuck is this place?
it's good.
Heaven.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Open one of those motherfuckers up right next to a fucking weed dispensary in Colorado. You're a goddamn millionaire.
Yeah.
Product placement.
It's like those
my
Girl Scouts that
God.
were selling cookies outside of them.
Smart marketing.
So smart. The little
Genius.
girls are high from like secondhand smoke.
So yeah, and I don't know.
Fine.
I know there's 2 locations in Michigan. I don't know if there's any outside of Michigan. But just so good. And when we got up to the counter, she's like, "Would you like to try some jalapeno bacon cheese spread?" And like me, kind of like, "Fucking yeah!" Are you kidding? And,
I just ran 6 miles, but okay.
It was so good. I had a video up. It was just like a quick Instagram story of what the beef looked like. And it's just, oh my God, it's so tender and so tasty, and it is just so good. You go in there, you grab a brown paper bag, you stuff as much jerky into it, and then they weigh it. And then it's like,
Wow.
oh, 5, 10, 15, 22. Okay. All right, $40 in jerky. I guess I'm buying $40 for it.
It's a great investment.
Yeah, I don't have
Do
a
they do
choice because it's
shipping?
already out of the bag.
Like,
Fuck.
could I be able to order from where I'm at and
I
get something?
I think they just started doing online orders. Beef jerky unlimited.
That,
I may do that.
yeah.
There's a lot
Like,
of those
okay.
flavors.
Yeah,
Sound very
they
good.
have. They sell it online now.
Put it in chat.
Wow.
I'm
See,
very
here's-
embarrassed to say this.
Here's all right. I'm gonna read off some flavors, you guys. All right, barbecue beef jerky, black
Yes.
pepper beef jerky, Cajun
Yes.
beef jerky, cherry
Yep.
maple beef jerky,
Yes.
Yes.
firehouse beef, flamethrower beef, garlic
Yeah.
beef,
Uh-huh.
hickory beef,
Oh, more,
honey beef,
but slower.
jalapeno beef.
Right there.
Oh God, mesquite beef,
Yeah.
nitromethane,
More.
original. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Sweet and spicy teriyaki, bacon, barbecue pork, and then so all of these flavors they have beef, pork, and turkey. So if you don't like beef, you can just get pork. If you don't like pork, you can do turkey. So and then you've got all
Can you
the
put a
hot
link in
sauces.
chat?
I have to try all of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would
Oh, yeah.
spend $100
They
in
need
beef
to have a
jerky,
sampler bag.
We broke jerky up when
I'm
we came to
thinking of
Michigan.
that.
Remember the maple bacon jerky that we had at the land party?
Yep.
Ugh, I'll put
Son of a
maple bacon
bitch.
anything in my mouth.
Yeah.
Cock, maple bacon cock. Oh.
There is
See, black
a
pepper
yeah.
sounds good.
there's a market up very close to home. They get most of their stuff all locally sourced, and they have a maple bourbon applewood bacon that they sell.
Oof.
And it's so fucking thick, and it is absolutely delicious. I made poutine with that bacon one time.
There's alligator jerky, ostrich jerky, kangaroo jerky. Why kill a kangaroo for
You would notice the alligator thing. Right? First
Kangaroos!
thing.
Look, fuck you, man.
Frog
Fuck them
jerky.
kangaroos too, man.
Kangaroos are fucking deadly, dude. They're assholes.
I'd steal that motherfucker's dog.
Yep. Yeah.
Beat the shit out of that guy.
Good
So
on
is this
that
like
man.
per pound or
Yeah.
like per?
I think it's
I'm sure it's different money for each kind.
I
Like
think
I'm
it's-
sure
It's
beef
all
and
8.
pork are different.
It's all $8. Oh, the bottom one, the elk jerky's like $12.50.
Yeah.
You can get
Ostrich
there's
jerky.
holiday bundles at the bottom where it comes with like different types.
So they just
$112.
I think when you get jerky online, because they just started selling prepackaged versions of their own jerky. So I'm guessing if they're shipping it, that's what they're selling it as.
Yeah.
I remember it being a lot more expensive than $8 a pound. Yeah, it's $8 for a quarter pound of jerky.
There you go.
Oh,
So
I'm
it's
about
over-
to be in debt.
It's over $30 a pound for this jerky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
That's not
worth
a
it.
lot at all.
How much do you
Jerky's
have?
always expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
Like in the store, what are those bags? How much?
Robot, how much is
Like,
that? How many ounces are in that beef jerky bag?
4 or 5.
3.25 ounces.
All right, turn around and see what's in it. Like how much is in the bag?
Well,
is
that's-
it like full or
I mean, this is kind of like a normal
normal
size
size? Okay, so
bag you
okay.
get.
That's a fifth of a
it's
pound.
not like too bad.
Pretty much. And that's probably like $8 if you were to buy that in store, like $8 or $9, I'd say. So it's and that's the thing is like you're getting fresh homemade jerky for the same price.
Speaking of jerky,
Oh baby, oh I hate you so much right now. Oh my god. I mean I know I ate $40 worth of jerky like a week ago, but I hate you. Oh god.
it smells like pineapple, dude.
Does it really? Chat, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you a couple
That's
of.
really good.
Oh god, where are you going? Oh baby, here we go. Oh, oh
See,
baby.
I'm probably going to order black pepper, elk, because I tried elk jerky before. That stuff's actually really good.
Hi kitty.
Talk about jerky, not have some.
Hi. So yeah, very good. Also, I'm about to be a Beef Jerky Unlimited affiliate. I'm about to cash in.
We should totally get sponsored
Yeah.
by Beef Jerky Unlimited. That's a great idea.
Oh man. All right.
Mm.
Was that it for? Yeah, I think we're moving into gaming.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Salty Sizzle, what up with you?
Not a whole lot been going on. Of course, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 5. A lot more lately, just a few hours here and there when I have some time. And then I've been streaming still for St. Jude and played through the first BioShock remastered. Next up is probably going to be the second BioShock remastered. But I thought the game itself was great. I'm just not normally a fan of those games. The plot and everything was great. All that was great. I'm just not really a fan of games that don't tell you exactly what the fuck to do.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I get lost a lot. I forget where the fuck I've been. Like I have a short-term memory of a fucking goldfish when it comes to those games. So, I mean, it is what it is, and I'll keep playing it. And I'm sure I'll like it, but yeah, those are games where I'm playing it just because I have to, because it's just one of those fucking games that
Yeah.
you just have to
Damn
play.
right.
I can't remember. Did all 3 Bioshocks have the button on the keyboard you could click that like gave you like a little directional?
That was Infinite
Just
only, I
Bioshock
think.
Infinite.
Just Infinite.
Yeah.
Well, there you
Yeah.
go. When you
It doesn't
start
give
playing
you the-
Infinite,
It doesn't give you the information, but it gives you like a clue. If you hit the H key, it gives you a hint.
Okay.
But it's just like, it just fucking shows you your objective pretty much.
I distinctively remember streaming BioShock 1 and getting stuck on one part for at least 45 minutes, like walking around in a circle, not progressing at all. And I don't know how I had any viewers because it was the most boring, and I was getting frustrated and I wanted to quit. So BioShock 1 was not easy in that sense. It was you need to go out and actually find what you need to do.
Yeah.
I feel like once you figure out that there's a lot of situations where dying doesn't fucking matter and you don't blow all your money on shit you don't need,
Mm-hmm.
it's really fucking easy after that.
What difficulty were you playing on, Sam?
The one above shittiest. So I guess normal. Not the
Okay.
easiest, but not the hardest.
Because like BioShock 1 had like that kind of like compass arrow at the top of the screen that would kind of lead you in the right way. But it wasn't as easy as Infinite where it would actually draw you a line.
Yeah. Certain missions where those aren't there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like it'll take you to the next area or it'll show you the beginning of a fucking mission, but that's it.
Yeah. Or you have to find 7 of this and 8 of that. And
yeah, that was a pain in the ass too. That mission where you have to build that fucking whatever the hell EMP machine, pulse machine, something.
Yeah, the bomb. Yeah.
So how many queefs out of 10 would you rate that game?
It's again, I really don't have a place to talk about it. It's not my kind of game.
But that's okay.
Like as far as me, I'm glad I played it, but I won't be playing it again.
How many?
Do you play Infinite?
2, 3.
Oh!
Like,
oh my god!
Oh god! I didn't know
it's not my kind of game.
That's fine.
It's just not my kind of game.
But okay, that when you talk about game, you're talking about like the game mechanics and the. Well, how did you feel about the story, the actual?
No, the story was great,
and the plot twist and all that stuff.
No, the story itself, the plot, everything, the game was really well done. I'm just not the type of person that wants to play a game where I'm just fucking aimlessly walking around in circles looking for shit.
That's funny because you play Ark.
I know what I'm looking for, and I know where to go and get it. I don't have to fucking rely on some assholes constantly trying to fuck me in the ass over a radio. Like I am in BioShock 1.
Would you kindly?
Cocksuckers.
Would you kindly?
That twist. No spoilers.
I felt such betrayal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. But that was one of the campaigns that just hit me. I was like, oh man, I don't like this. So if you haven't played BioShock, go fucking do it.
Do it.
Yeah. Before I start saying what I did, Good Bowler just pointed out on one of the holiday bundles, on one of the boxes, it says, "No one beats our meat."
Wait, are we going back to beef jerky?
Yeah, I said it's just I thought it was hilarious, and yeah, on their box it says "No one beats our meat."
All right,
nobody beats our meat.
42,
all right, they win. Company of the year.
We are getting into the affiliate program for Beef Jerky Unlimited, and our motto is going to be "Nobody beats our meat." Affiliate, asterisk.
It's so perfect. It's so perfect.
That's wonderful. How much is the holiday box, Good Bowler? I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Speed.
Lately I've been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto. Been playing the heist with Robot U and 42. I've been playing a lot of off stream with it as well. Just having a blast. I never noticed how many hackers is in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I knew they were there, but there's like multiples in a lobby, and it's making the game unplayable in a public session.
Oh yeah, I never, other than when I'm just jumping in to do something specific and then logging off, like I did earlier, where I was just customizing my bike and then jumping back off. I log on, I spawn, like I go up to the door in the penthouse apartment and go down to the garage. As soon as I hit the garage, there's just fucking raining down money bags. The entire fucking 10-car garage, it's just fucking money bags falling through the fucking ceiling, like some asshole's up in his fucking apartment just hacking in money. I immediately fucking logged off. It's like 120 grand. I only hit 2 fucking bags.
Someone gave
and they
us
literally
like
just came down and hit me square in the fucking head.
Yeah,
you can't get away from it.
About that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it just goes right into your hands. Like sometimes you don't even spawn. Yep. You just see like your money in the corner, just like going. That's what happened to us today. We got $800,000 from this guy.
Oh,
it was funny because he was doing a biker mission. We tried to blow him up. He ends up killing us, and then he just gave us $800,000. And then we saw him like repair his own vehicle and was throwing objects at us, trying to get, because we were in a helicopter above him, trying to. He fucked us. He fucked us good.
We had quite the hacker experience when we were doing heists on your stream.
When was it? Which one?
Do you remember all of us getting pulled up into the air?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was the
exploding?
second week. Yeah. It was
That
like fucking
reminds me so
Vietnam.
much of Altus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
God.
Wait,
Yeah.
did that hacker kind of stuff happen in Altus?
They
All
would
the
drag you
fucking
all into one
time.
area.
Teleport you in the sky and everybody would fall to their death, or they
Oh.
would spawn a bunch of like trucks, spawn everybody in the middle of it, and just watch everything explode.
And in that game, it's worse because the fact that they have their vehicles that get blown up, they have all their money and stuff, and then all that has to get compensated, and
Yeah.
it added a lot of work.
Yep.
I only spent 8 hours in our Altus server. That is
And you
it.
got your dick sucked the
And I
first day.
did. It was so worth it. Best 2 seconds of my
You're a
life.
cop.
Yeah. Yeah, we were playing Arma 3 Altus Life roleplay mod, and it was for a stream, and I was squatting up with the GPD, the GSN Police Department, and we just basically just rode around and busted people, and we stopped a raid on the Federal Reserve. I made a dude give me his fedora and then suck my dick, and then I told him I would give him 5 seconds to run, and I shot him on 2. And that
Fuck
is
you.
Altus Life.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Other than Grand Theft Auto, earlier this morning I woke up and for some reason I'm gonna fucking stream. So I got out of my bed, walked to my computer, turned it on, and streamed Witcher 3 for about 3 to 4 hours.
Wow.
So- Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna see if I can finish the game actually by streaming it, and see how I like it then. And if I really like it, I'll try to set up a schedule and try to make that a common thing.
Cool.
And that's really all for me, just Grand Theft Auto and Witcher today. So
For me, I've just been playing lots and lots and lots of Rocket League lately. Me and Naaackers have just been going ham with the competitive stuff. We played yesterday on dual stream for like 6 hours straight. I was quite exhausted after that. My emotions, I think we went from the rank that we started at, we went like really far down, and then we came really far back up, and right now we're sitting higher than we ever have been in doubles, so I'm pretty happy with it. But
Hell yeah.
I'm still a little bit lower because I've been to Plat 3 Div 4.
yeah,
And so I'm sitting at the bottom of
So many
Plat 3 now.
divisions.
Yeah, it's gotten a little crazy.
played some Battlegrounds on my stream last Thursday, and a couple other streams I've been playing some Battlegrounds too. I just can't get enough of that game. I especially love playing that game solo on stream. It's just so much fun just to go play it. It kills so many hours, and you can have so much fun with it. There was I had posted a clip in the GSN Discord a while ago, and I think I had tweeted it too, but there was I didn't realize there was a thing in Battlegrounds where in solos, or even just in general in squad games as well, people can disconnect while they're running. Like they'll just get disconnected, so they'll just be running through the fields and just keep running, and you can shoot them all you want and they will not die.
That is terrifying.
Yep.
So there was this one guy, I saw this guy, and I was just like sitting there chatting along to the stream, and all of a sudden I saw this guy and I had an ump, so I was like, I gotta focus. So I sat there and I was like, bah, 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 and I just kept shooting out. And even on the stream, I was like, okay, that's 9 shots, 10 shots, 11 shots. And I'm just hitting this guy. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, why is this guy dying? And I thought something was going on because he just kept running. Like every time I hit him, he didn't flinch, didn't do anything, didn't jump, didn't like zigzag or anything like that.
Was he carrying a weapon when he was running, or was he
No.
was it just both
He was
weapons
just,
on
he
the
was
back?
just he didn't have anything. I think he was just running.
I
Yeah.
got disconnected when the game started or something.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that was a thing, so I assumed he was playing and he was just running. So I just kept shooting at him. I'm like, what is going
Yeah.
on? And then of course, because I was so flustered from this happening, because I didn't know that was a thing that could happen. So as soon as I was done shooting that guy, I kind of walked up like 20 more feet and I got shot at by a guy in a building. So I'm like, oh, so I was like already flustered from that guy. Took a grenade out to throw it into the window where this guy that shot me was from. Totally blew myself up with the grenade. And I was just like, I'm done. I'm leaving. I played Overwatch on HP's stream yesterday for a little bit. GTA 5 with Robot on his stream for a while. Still playing a bunch of HTC Vive games here and there, just kind of sporadic stuff that I've been playing. The one thing I have been reading ever since I got my Vive, I've been kind of trying to keep up on the community behind VR stuff. And the one thing people are saying that might hurt VR in the long run is the lack of content.
Yeah.
It's just trying to find quality games to play is not easy. And the ones that you do find are like full price games. And I've yet to find a game that I really want to pay a lot of money for that thing.
I saw one VR game that looked really fun, and it was like you at work, and you had to do simple tasks.
Job simulator.
Was it
streamed
job
that.
simulator? You're like in a cubicle. You streamed it, and I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, that looked like such a funny game, and also the 3D paint simulator.
Yeah.
Or the 3D paint. I don't know what they call
And see,
it.
there's tons of those games out. Like there's lots of people who
Graffiti.
have been making those.
Onward would be something I would love to play.
See,
Yeah.
and that's the thing is like, and with the content that there is, the games are so short. Like none of the big streamers are streaming VR anything right now. There's like, there's no reason to keep streaming it because like, I remember when you first played the Star Wars game, I was like, oh my God, Star Wars VR game. He has a lightsaber. He is deflecting bullets. What is this game? And then within like 10 minutes, it was done. I'm like,
Yeah.
What? How could you only make that much content for something that amazing? But I guess the development behind games that support
It's
virtual
rough.
reality has to be
Not
super
many
intense.
like it's not really any AAA companies doing that right now. I think if a AAA company put their resources and time to make a good VR game, it may have something.
Except
There's
for
a
one
huge industry for it.
that we'll talk about in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know which one. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, other than that one, they are saying that eventually, and they did announce this at last E3 that Fallout 4 is supposed to come out for VR eventually.
Whoa.
And it's going to be
That'd
like
be intense.
the only and the weird thing, and this happened, I see this conversation because like I said, I've been trying to keep up with the VR community. There's one thing that's tough with VR, and it's when you're trying to make an action game, how you manage the locomotion. So like the movement in the game, because there's really two options nowadays, which is either you use the trackpad. So on these controllers, these trackpads, you can either use this as just a motion, so you just hold it, you basically put your finger on it and push forward, and you can use that as motion, or you just do the teleport, which is you point where you want to teleport and you poof, you're there.
That's
which
weird.
is
That's
weird. Yeah, and they're saying that it sounds like a lot of places are trying to make it available for both, so you can switch between the two. But a lot of people are trying to lean towards the teleport because it gets people less sick in the VR. Like gives you less motion sickness. Because I had Cal Nohe, one of my friends. He came over and was playing Minecraft for a while. He could not. I always play with the motion, like I just hold down the trigger on one controller, and that's how I move forward. I just make it just like a normal holding forward on a joystick, just because I find it's easier. He couldn't do it. He tried it for like 5 minutes, and he was like, "Nope, I'm gonna get sick."
Really?
Yeah. So he had.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were we gonna? Ask?
How does the trackpad fare against a normal joystick?
Well, I mean, the trackpad, you don't like it's basically just like a trackpad, right? There's no like there is a button to it. It does feel like a button.
Okay.
But for most games, like with Onward, when you're playing Onward, you just like hold forward you just kind of swipe your finger up, and that's what makes you move forward.
Okay.
So it's a little hard to use that for motion, and that's the only thing too is like when you're playing a game like Fallout, you want to be able to have really good track of where you're moving so that you don't get destroyed.
I want the option for a Nintendo 64 controller joystick on the Vive. So
yeah, I know.
Trackpad.
I wish that they could make a way to do that where you could just plop out the trackpad on one and screw in a.
I was under the impression that it was a joystick and not a trackpad.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Have you used it, or have you used the Steam controller before?
No,
Okay.
I've never. I'm guessing it's
like
just
that.
like that.
Yeah, I want to know like comparison.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to try. I went out, and when I was in Seattle, I got invited by this company who was kind of underground. They were like, it was a brand new startup, and they were building a product. The company is now called VReal, but they had me come to their office because they see Seattle, and like their CEO had watched my stream a few times, and so he was like, "Oh, dude, come try out this thing." And basically, what it is, it's Twitch streaming in VR, or it's a streaming site with where you could do it with VR, where like you and like everybody who's watching is kind of like around the battlefield. Like imagine Dota, but
That's fucking nutty.
But basically the map is on the ground and you can see the players enter the different lanes, and you can see it from above, and you can hear the streamer, you can see him walk around, and it's pretty cool. Anyways, like that, the Vive is by far the best VR headset I've ever used. I've used the first Oculus, the DK2 Rift. I've never tried the final Oculus, but the Vive with the hand tracking and the room tracking, the immersion was so real. And I tried playing Half-Life 2 with some janky VR support, and it was fun, and I was flying through because I played Half-Life 2 100 times. I'm like bunny hopping through these levels, and the fact that my brain saw I was moving around so fast and I was able to look around, but my actual body wasn't moving. It was so jarring to my brain that I can only do about 20 minutes at a time of it. And then I wanted to puke. I had to take off the headset. So the sickness thing is there's a lot of issues and challenges with VR. Like even like one of the funniest issues and one of the dumbest things that you don't think about is like the height of a player, right? So they have a device in the headset that can tell how tall you are. Or they have to make every player the same height, or else they can't reach things in the world.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Like that seems like such a simple thing that you don't realize. Like in any game, you're always the same height. It doesn't matter. But when you're in VR, when you give it to a 5-foot person, all of a sudden they can't reach elements in the world that are 7 feet in the
Son
air.
of a bitch. It's just like real life.
Yeah. God damn it, who's
Had
got
one
a
of those
stool?
extendo grabbers.
Gotta invite your taller boyfriend in VR to come over and grab stuff for you.
Yeah. So there is a huge industry, and there's a lot of people working on VR stuff, like AAA title. They're just not here yet. The hardware's barely here. So they're like, you know, like it was so cool. Like when I went to VReal, they had like 20 VR headsets. Like they had like 5 of the Vive, 5 of the Oculus, and like some of the other stuff they had kind of like built themselves, and it's cool. We're just not there yet. And the movement thing is probably the hardest challenge, because like even if you do have room tracking, you're restricted to a 10 by 10 room. So you can only walk so far in each direction before you're going to hit a wall. And for an open world game like Fallout, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, and I've punched my displays a few times doing that VR stuff. There's so in the Vive they have a thing called your chaperone zone. Yeah. So it's like you'll see it in your headset. You'll see like a little grid show up in front of you, and that's basically just to tell you you're walking towards your outer zone. And there's so many times where I'm just so immersed in the game, I just completely ignore it coming towards me. So I'll just see something and I'm like, oh, I gotta reach out and grab that. It's a tunk. It's like, oh, there's a wall. I've had a few people stub their toes.
I was watching a YouTube video a while back, and this guy was playing Onward, that shooter game, and he started getting shot at, and he took off running. Like he wasn't too far from his wall anyways, but he took off running, ran into a bookcase, fell over, and everything. So
there's one of the games I like playing called Smashbox Arena, and it's basically just like dodgeball, but you shoot the dodgeballs at each other. And I used to play competitive paintball, so I'm used to seeing. This is gonna sound terrible. I'm used to seeing balls flying at me and dodging them. Like I have that reflex of just trying to dodge stuff. So there's so many times where I'll be playing that game and I just get so like I look around a lot, and then when I see someone from like the corner of my eye and they shoot something at me, I just like throw myself back sometimes when I'm playing.
That's awesome.
I've had a few times where I've like thrown myself around and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna hurt myself soon.
I've said this on the podcast before, and I'll say it again. I am holding out for when You have laser tag, where it is a warehouse that is full of room scanners. And so the walls in your headset are the walls in real life.
But the thing is with that, like, if you were to go into a room, how many trackers would you have to have, though?
1,000.
I mean, all in all, depending on how complicated you wanted the game to be, it wouldn't be that bad. Like, you could take a fucking laser tag warehouse right now and just put VR headsets on, and you're pretty much there.
Yeah.
You would just see something totally different as opposed to seeing whatever the fuck it is they have in there.
So you'd have to get the depth perception right, because you don't want people running into walls. But if they did, all the walls could be padded. But even if they did something simple like a paintball arena, where they just have trackers up top, very shallow objects to get behind, and just track everybody at the same time, like, even that would be super fun. So that is the one thing I hope to see, is to be able to shoot all of you guys and watch you bleed out and have no repercussions, no legal
Give a
repercussions.
virtual teabag.
Yeah.
Or like online paintball, where we're all in our own rooms and we're just kind of in our corners shooting at people.
Yo, VR chivalry, so I can rage in real life.
Oh no.
Fuck that.
Foam sticks.
Ooh, Robot, I'm pretty sure you played it on stream, but guess what's coming out for VR in 4 days that I'm pretty excited for?
What?
Super Hot.
Whoa! Yes.
And it looks so good.
Yes.
You have to move around. Like, if you stand still, the whole world freezes.
Yep.
So you actually have to like move, and then like stuff will start moving, and you just have to like punch people in the face, and then their gun flies up and you snatch it, and you can turn and shoot someone. I'm so excited to try it.
That's awesome. I really enjoyed that game. It was really fun.
Is that a tortilla sponsored by Dr. Mark? Our sponsor? Our newest sponsor? Okay.
With a semen filling.
What flavor?
Passion juice.
Nailed it.
Hopefully Dr. Mark didn't have any asparagus or onions before he made that batch. Let's go.
Anyway, that's it for me for games.
So no one saw that. As far as games, I have put a lot of time into Ghost Recon Wildlands. In fact, I put 15 5 to 6 hour streams into that game, and we're just about to beat it. We got the first ending. Apparently you can play a little bit more, you get the second ending. So that's been a lot of fun. A lot of content, like constant. Played a lot of Grand Theft Auto. Me, Naaackers, Speed, and 42 revisited the heists, and that seems to have stirred up some Grand Theft Auto love, at least in GSN. And now on any given day, you'll see anywhere from like 4 to 10 people in the Grand Theft Auto channel.
So much fun.
So much fun. Also, the past I've spent about 6 hours so far looking around for good GTA 5 RP servers, and I have been met with nothing but instant like joining. There's modders spawning whatever they want, explosions, people running over cops already like being squeakers. Like, I'm imagining like Sheriff Eli to yell at me when I hit him with my car, and it's a squeaker. I'm like, fuck this.
Hey, that's my car.
I have now found a good RP server, and I think I've lost hope. Like, if I want to do it, I'm gonna have to do a whitelist server. I'm gonna have to like create a character, create a backstory, submit it, get approved, go through an interview. Like, it's a lot, but like the quality that the state of emergency servers that like all the big streamers like Classy Pax and Sheriff Eli and Wish play on, like Timac, like they have such strict rules, and it's a very closed server, so that's why like the quality is so high. So I was kind of like, should I try it? Because, you know, I did RP in the Altus Life server, and then like there was another part of me that was like, just let the pros do it. Just let the pros do it. They're the best. You won't come anywhere near it.
But how do you know if you're not a pro if you never try?
See, I don't know. I would like to give it a shot. If it's not for me, I'll sit back and, because those guys take every situation seriously. It's great.
Yeah.
Like watching Sheriff Eli, like I could watch Cops for like 10 hours a day. I fucking love the show Cops because it makes me feel better about myself because there's such horrible, stupid people out there. And I'm like, okay, I'm not one of them. Even though I do have quite a few cop stories. But it's just entertaining. And then with Sheriff Eli, it just makes it 1,000 times because you could tell he's just being himself and he is just so fucking hilarious.
The law EL fucking I.
Yeah. Boots on the ground.
He calls people banana head.
Banana head.
He's like he's from Texas and you can absolutely tell.
Oh yeah.
He's got something for everybody.
The clip of him yelling at somebody standing on the street and he's like, unsolicited blowjobs, that's you, motherfucker. He starts chasing this hooker down the street.
So funny.
She's got that fucking flashlight he shines in her face.
Yeah.
I know that you were having a hard time getting into the server. I think it was Eli's first stream as a partner, and it took him 20 to 30 minutes to get into a server, and
his own server.
Yeah, people jumping in and out of channels, like trying to coordinate to get him into a proper slot, and it's like, oh my god, this is a rigorous process we got going here.
And those ones are waitlisted too, right? So it's not like just anyone can join. There's that many people still.
Yeah. So I'm guessing, like United Airlines style, they overbook on whitelist slots, right? And then whoever's there at the time just gets a slot. But even
it's only a 25 slot server.
Yeah. Wait. How many?
What?
25.
25.
The server that Eli and them all play on. Yep.
How can you find anybody in all of that map with only 25 people?
Because all of the character points of interest, like as far as the
bank,
the car garage, it's all the same for everybody.
I got you. Okay.
So everybody has to go to the same places for the same shit. So
now for like the cops, they added a bunch of situations in that just happen randomly. The AI will go and steal vehicles. I was watching one skit from Eli where he gets out of his car and AI runs up, steals his car, and takes off driving. So just random stuff like that happens. I guess it gives the cops something to do.
Yeah.
But
cops are always busy in that server.
Even the comms between Sheriff Eli and like the dude in TeamSpeak, like they were using radio sounds when they were talking to each other. Like, I don't know if that was a TeamSpeak push-to-talk feature or something.
It's TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
It's a mod.
Okay. I was like, and they were talking so official back and forth. I was like, oh my God, this is legit. They take this very seriously.
Which
we used to have guys that would do that shit in Arma, even for missions.
Yep. Yeah, we had some guys who took it really seriously, which makes it all the more immersing when you're watching it, like especially as a viewer. So yeah, Grand Theft Auto RP. Got to play the Quake Champions closed beta. I played that for probably like 5-6 hours during like a stream last Sunday, and like it was fun. It was really fun. Like you said, like the matches go by so quick. So I did free for all. I did team deathmatch. Excuse me. I did like 1v1 duels. That was a juicy one. And it was kind of funny going back and looking at like how my movement was in game in the first hour of playing versus once I got the hang of it and I was at like hour 6, and like how more fluidly once you start learning the maps, like you know where to go, you know where the armor is, you know where the railgun is. So fun. I'm glad. I think it's very smart that they're going to make that a free to play game. I think charging $60, it's too much for multiplayer only with as simple of a game it is. I probably would have played $30 for it, maybe.
Me too.
But it wouldn't be a game that I play 60 hours a week. It would be like a game that you play for balance. If you play like a slow paced game and you need something fast to kill people, like that's a good one.
It's free though, isn't it? When it comes out.
Yeah, apparently, it's going to be free to play, and you like pay. So how it works is like you play matches, you gain in-game or like XP, and you can spend that XP on unlocking a certain champion for 24 hours. Or with real money, you could buy their in-game credits and you can like unlock the character forever. So you don't have to like grind to spend XP to only have that champion
Hope it's
temporarily.
not too expensive.
No, it's
Like,
not. It's not
40
bad.
to
It's like
50 bucks if I can buy all the heroes at that, that's fine. But if it's like 20 bucks a hero or something, that's gonna be outrageous.
I don't know what their conversion rate is for their currency, but I can't imagine it's going to be a lot. I think it's just going to be the model kind of reminded me of Dirty Bomb a little bit. Which where the fuck has Dirty Bomb been? We were balls deep in that game for a little while.
It's still around. I saw somebody streaming it the other day. I can't remember who it was.
shit.
It might have been Middle Age Stream.
Let's see. Looks like average concurrent is in the 2000s in the past couple
That's
months.
okay.
Okay, it's not horrible. It's free to play, so
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is a fast. Like that game is fast. That was up until Quake. That was probably one of the fastest multiplayer games I had ever played. I enjoyed it very much, but it was definitely pay to win.
yes, it was.
Well, and I think that's what they're going to do with Quake 2. Like, obviously, it's free when you first play it if you want to play it that way. But by the looks of it, there's going to be tons of customization with characters.
Cosmetic, loot crates.
I think you can buy that stuff too. So that's another way they'll make money because people are going to buy that stuff.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Got to get the coolest looking character you can.
Too much.
E-peen.
Also reinstalled Killing Floor 2. Haven't played it yet, but it's on my list. I don't know what got. I was just thinking like, wow, I haven't played. Apparently, it came out in 2015, so I was like, all right. Been playing a lot of Rainbow Six on Fridays on stream. So they kind of delayed some like DLC that's coming out, and they kind of started this thing. They're calling it Operation Health. It's like where they're focusing on the core performance and bug issues in the game before they release more content, because it's kind of in a weak spot as far as like performance, hit registration, desync, and some bugs. So I think which I think is really smart. They're focusing on the core of the game. I'd rather have a strong game than a broken game with more content. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
So I'm very much looking forward to fixes in that game. Games that I have that I'm looking forward to play next 2 weeks. I think I'm going to replay through Half-Life 2. I'm going to play Middle Age Stream gifted me this game called Domina.
Oh yeah.
It's got some like Twitch integration in it, so I'm going to be playing that. And then Black Wake, if you ever buy it, Naaackers, you need to play Black Wake.
Yeah, it's on my wish list. I am dead broke until next month, but after that, it's more game buying time.
Hell yeah.
Because that game
Hell
looks
yeah.
so fun. Like I've been waiting for a game like that. There was it a Gary's mod that we played that was a pirate ship game? Does any of you guys play that with?
I know what you're talking about. The floating pirate ship game. Is that what you're talking
Riders of Icarus.
No.
about? Correct.
That's a separate game entirely. I think it was a Gary's mod game.
Oh, I don't know.
That was shit. Anybody in chat? Help! I know I played it with GSN people. It was super buggy, but it was super fun. And like ever since playing that, I was like, yo, I want a pirate game just like this, but made by like a AAA title.
Interesting.
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, that too.
Coming out eventually.
Just the way
One
Black Wake
day.
is played is just there's a lot of teamwork involved, and it seems really fun.
Yeah.
There was a clip in one of Summit's stream compilations of him like trying to load a cannon, and then some dude is running towards someone and goes, "Someone, I'm here! I got the boom!" And then he gets hit by a cannonball and just explodes. And someone's like, "Oh god!" Oh, God. It was so fucking funny.
Shit was funny.
So yeah, I'm definitely down. definitely down.
Yeah. Got some Rocket League in, and that's about it for what I've been playing.
I don't think we've played Rocket League together since you started playing it again.
No, I just got on. I kind of got in one night, just randomly started playing in GSN by myself, and the next thing you know, we had 8 people and we were doing 4v4 custom maps, and it was just mindless playing Rocket League and just like talking shit.
Yep.
It was just a regular. It was hilarious.
My powers have doubled since the last time we saw each other count. That was always the thing, is hopping into the Rocket League. I don't play as much casual. Like I'm so serious about the game now. I'm like, I'm taking it way too seriously. Yeah. So I don't play as much casual as I used to. But when I did, it was just hop in a Rocket League channel and blink, and 4 to 5 hours would go by. You talk about beer and food and dicks and cunts, and it was always just a great time.
Tub girl.
Fuck off, okay?
We were playing Rocket League the day that I talked SpeedDemon into Googling Tub Girl. And the scream of horror that came from his microphone that day, yes. I have recorded somewhere. Actually, I think someone actually recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube.
I think I have it right
It's
here.
floating out there somewhere. That's it for me.
I removed it.
That's it for you? All right. As far as myself, I finally picked up Wildlands. Probably got about 10 hours into it. And it's fun. I like it. There's a lot going on. So I got a lot to learn before I really dive into the game. But knowing that you've put, what you said, 15 5-hour streams into Wildlands.
Let me check.
It's so easy to get lost in that game too if you start doing all the side mission shit.
I have 76 hours in the game so far.
Yeah, and
playing it twice a week.
Both in between the first time I played and the second time I played. The second time I played, me and Weenie were just going around doing missions in just one sector of the game. And every time you complete one, another one pops up, and you just keep going around in circles. I'm like, holy shit, there's like, I don't know, 10, 12 different districts, and we've only been in one this entire time. Yeah. So I can see it getting repetitive, but seeing how much fun that you've had with it on your stream lets me know there's a lot of replayability. You know, that $1 to 1 game hour ratio. If I can get that, then, you know, I'm good. And I got that game for 38
You
bucks.
got it for a deal.
Yeah, so I got it cheap. So if I don't bring it up, remind me to talk about Wildlands and streaming it when we get to the AMD chip discussions down below.
Okay.
You said that was it for you?
That's it for me.
Okay. Wow, no, I had started already. That's so dumb. So I've Wildlands, a lot of Rocket League. Me and 42 had a 6-hour Rocket League. Oh my fuck. What is that?
That is a salad with chicken, bacon, croutons, avocado, cucumber, tomato, lettuce, Greek dressing, tomato, cheese. Don't forget the cheese.
Looks amazing. Ton of Rocket League. I'm now past 700 hours in Rocket League. So bye. And so a lot of Rocket League, a lot of Battlegrounds. I had some really crazy tense rounds in Battlegrounds last night. I can finally run that game on very high and get 60 to 80 frames. We're going to post a link in chat once we get to the gaming discussion part. But there is something, if you have an NVIDIA GPU, there's something you can do that can help out with some game performance on your NVIDIA control panel. So we get to that a little bit later. Grand Theft Auto 5 doing heist with BadBadRobot for his stream. Haven't played pretty much off stream at all. Pretty much all on stream. So Speed found a picture of what I looked like on the GSN podcast back in the day when I dressed up as my character from GTA.
So
Chad, there it is for you. I'll throw it in chat once I get off this scene. But yeah, I didn't always have purple hair, but I got pretty into it. Oh my Jesus, what happened? There it goes.
Mother of God.
Salmon suit. Jesus Christ.
I can't remember why I did that. I think it was because we had raised a certain amount of money for charity, and so I was like, if we did that, because it would make sense. But
can that please be your new like Twitter, Twitch avatar, like everywhere?
Crazy.
That's terrifying.
I spent like $40 to $50 in makeup just for
I remember
that.
that.
That was on my episode of GSN Weekly.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got there. I just started watching them just to see how they used to be and whatnot. As I saw that and said, "Oh my God!" So I waited for like the best moment to snap a picture, and I
And that
chose
was
that
it?
moment.
Yeah, that was probably later on, like episode 30 to 40, somewhere in there.
It was like 2 to 3 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Been podcasting for a while.
We probably sucked dick back then too.
Yeah, I don't go back and watch those.
There's a bunch of pictures I wanted to give Robot where he doesn't have a beard and he looks like
Oh,
Oh,
baby
yeah.
face.
Babyface
Horrible.
robot.
Horrible.
And hey, back then, Speed, everyone called me Bieber because of my haircut that I had back then. So you're not alone, all right?
One day we're gonna pick up some other little shit on the podcast, and he'll have the Bieber haircut, and you can pass that on to him.
Yeah.
It's a thing you pass down. It's a respect thing.
Other than that, I started Metro 2033 for my stream. Been playing a little bit of Borderlands 2 on the side, and then, of course, played Quake while I could. That game is fun. Very fun.
Yeesh.
Very fast. Holy shit. And you can tell when you're up against somebody that has played Quake before. It is
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they're on another fucking level. It is not even funny.
I think I was watching Twitch Weekly, and they were talking about one of the pro Quake players who was in, who was playing the new Quake. And so this guy joins this match, and he realizes it's like him and one other guy on the team. Like everybody else had rage quit. He's like, what the hell? So he looks on the other team. The other guy had 79 frags, and it was the pro
Mother
player.
of God.
Yeah, I would be lucky if I broke like 10, maybe.
Yep.
Like even hitting 10 was a challenge.
Yep.
So holy shit.
The one issue I did have with the beta so far is we would have a team of level 1s, 2s, and 3s up against level 10s and 15s and 20s. It's like, okay, how is this fair? We would lose 20 to 75, 25 to 75. It was not fun.
All day.
Oh, joy. And that is it for the games I've been playing. So just a couple questions I wanted to ask you guys. Have you guys found, other than the GTA 5 roleplay people, have you found any other Twitch streamers worth talking about lately?
As far as new ones, a lot of them I've been watching a whole lot of the GTA shit the last couple days, so.
There was a guy that I logged into Twitch the one day, and he was featured on the front page, and I think he primarily does like Guitar Hero.
Okay.
I've seen that guy on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up my viewer list or my follow list so I can see what his name was. I can't remember what his name was, but Jason Paradise.
Okay.
And he seemed like a really, really chill dude, and he was playing Guitar Hero, and it was pretty fun watching him. So,
all right.
Well, that reminds me, Scribbla, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Dribbling.
He uses Adobe Animator, I think is what it is, to do a full out fucking like mocap, and then he changes his cam into like a computer on a human body, and all of his limbs and his fingers and his eyes and everything's captured to where when he blinks, the computer blinks. If he's dancing around the screen, the fucking robot's dancing. It's fucking amazing. And he's a really cool dude. And there's a link in chat.
Follow you.
I
fucking love that.
Found him like 30 minutes before he got tweeted out on the Twitter account, and just like he was dancing for hours to that song, and every time someone followed, the chat was just like, I'll follow you, and like everybody was doing their like what's the little fat guy, and he's like reaching out for stuff, the little emote. Please give.
the emote, yeah.
The hug
Yeah.
emote?
It's not the hug emote. Which one is it?
Yeah, I remember you sent that to me, and he had like
50 viewers.
50, 60, 70 viewers, and then it got tweeted out. And I remember being at work, I shut my door and locked it, and I was like watching this dude blow up on Twitch. I was like, oh my god, this is insane.
Yeah, and Ember Strife brings up a good point too. He just got a sub button the other day, and
Oh,
it was really cool because it happened right midstream. So like halfway through the stream, somebody came in and was like, "You have a fucking sub button," and he was like, hadn't told anybody yet, hadn't told anybody anything, and that video was on his YouTube account.
That was
That's
him
awesome.
getting it while he was live, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Somebody came in and was like, "You have a sub button."
Yeah.
He was like playing fucking Battlegrounds or some shit. And he's like running into a house and just stops, and he's just like, "Oh shit, it's live!"
Yeah.
so exciting. So
It's
exciting.
just like a fucking sub train for like an hour.
One thing that I just thought of, or no, I'm sorry. Amber's Arcade sent me a podcast called Unfiltered Contrast. It's two guys who are starting a monthly podcast just talking about Twitch. It's something Don't See Me Rage and Unfiltered. No, shit. What is the name? What is his name? Something Profanity, Unfiltered Profanity, I believe. But it's two guys, and they were talking about the affiliate program and what is it good, is it bad? And one thing that I completely didn't realize is because affiliates get a subscribe button for an emote, you no longer have that one day where you get a sub button and everybody floods in. Like you lose that moment of having a sub button and getting all of your first subs when people can sub for free just to get your emote. So like,
I mean, it's definitely gonna. I feel like the whole affiliate program has kind of taken the partnership off a deserved pedestal.
oh yeah,
If
definitely.
we really want to go down this rabbit hole, I've thought about this a lot, and I mean, no offense to anybody who's got an affiliate. Obviously, you did. A lot of people did.
Mhm.
And it was like, it's a cool program, and I like it, but I feel the same way you do when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a way for Twitch to make a fuck ton of money real quick.
Yep. That it was just. I have my
And they
own.
did. They tripled the amount of bits,
Yeah.
or quadrupled the amount of bits that they sell daily,
Smart business.
which is
move.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems kind of fucking, like it's kind of fucking bottom level shit to me.
It's a participation trophy, is what it is, pretty much.
Well, that's
Congratulations on 16th
sure.
place.
right.
No,
I mean, a lot of these people obviously deserve credit for, I mean, guys like you who stream so fucking much and really put a lot of heart and soul into what you do and coming up with new ideas and trying new shit out. And it's like, and those are the type of people that should be partnered. And if they're worth it, then give them. I just feel like it's dumbing down the partnership program.
maybe
And
the
really
standards-
just
I think
stuffing
the
money in their
standards were
pocket for
too low.
no fucking reason.
I think it seemed like the standards were really low.
Well,
for
it's,
affiliate.
and I've seen some people online that have gotten partnered that really don't even hardly ever fucking stream.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's just like when they did stream, it was enough of an audience to hit the fucking bar or whatever the fuck it is.
yeah.
So with the bits, the only people that have access are affiliates and partners, right?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just have the bits open up to every streamer and make the affiliate program harder to get to, like another
know.
step of being on Twitch?
I agree that. I agree with that
Because
entirely.
you would have still made the money, and people who got the Twitch affiliate, I mean, again, it still shows, hey, I'm doing something, but make it feel more of an accomplishment than just something that says, hey, I got affiliate.
I
woohoo.
also feel like that would be a fucking tax nightmare.
Yeah,
That's what I was just gonna say too.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
what
think
I
about
said.
that.
automated
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yep. So
I think that's the only reason they did it was because they found a way to automate everything. Like partnership, you have a dedicated person on your account taking care of you that draws up contracts and gets your information. Now they just it's more automated, so it goes much quicker. No people needed.
mhm.
You know, yeah. But they called the affiliate program a stepping stone for people who like have been striving for partnership, but who haven't gotten it yet. And it just seems like it's just for everybody. And I feel like they probably should have just somehow opened up cheering to everybody. Maybe affiliate is cheering and a partner button with like one emote or something.
Yeah.
But honestly, it has been really cool to see all like my friends who are streamers who got affiliates chucking bits at each other.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
like seeing the happiness on people's faces and stuff, because it is exciting. And people do, even if you're not partnered, there are people who stream anywhere from like 10 to 20 hours a week, and it's a hobby. It's a fun hobby, and I don't know, to get rewarded for that, it's pretty cool.
I didn't mean to resend us down this because we've
No,
talked
it's
about it in
fine.
the past, but that was just the one thing that I didn't realize is like that moment of getting your sub button and having people sub on that day, you no longer have, because if you're an affiliate, you have a button and people are subbing for free, and then all of a sudden one day it's just, oh, people are subbing again now, but now they're paying money. Does that show up as a separate alert in Streamlabs? Or so like that was one thing I thought about, and there's a couple people who were not they weren't accepting the invitation to the affiliate program because they wanted that moment. But then you got people coming in going, hey, you have 50 concurrent viewers. Why can't I tip you in bits? Why aren't you an affiliate? And then you got to go through explaining that. So it's the weird, like muddy waters kind of thing. And I think had I would have known that beforehand, I would have considered declining the invitation to the affiliate program to have that moment of getting your sub button and having that celebration with all of your, your friends and your audience and everything. So it's like it's kind of a crappy thing, but been having fun with bits, knowing I have priority for transcoding. It's just a cool thing to have. But again, we don't want to deter anybody in chat who is a streamer and has gotten the affiliate. Like, you should be proud of it, but don't put it so high up on a pedestal that you think it's an extra step towards something else. A lot of people just got it by default. People who are streaming one day a week for 4 hours are in the same pool as people that are streaming 20 to 25 hours a week. But it is an accomplishment.
Very wide range.
Accomplishment should be recognized. So, and yeah, it's cool to fucking throw bits in people's faces. I enjoy it.
Hell yeah. Bits are fun.
Bits are so fucking fun, except when they
Even if
break your stream.
Yeah.
Jesus Lord.
Let's get bits. Let's go get bits.
I still can. I don't know why, but my gifts in Streamlabs are 10 times the size of anybody else's. So I just removed them all. Just text now. Well, so before we fucking segued over to Los Angeles, there goes
I
our-
didn't get to
Perfect
talk
said,
about-
Glenn.
I want to talk about streamers that I found. Are
yeah.
we still on that?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all I was go ahead.
Sierra Eagleson, a musician who I've subbed to, fantastic, does covers, and like she can sing any song and it's amazing. I've been watching Slow Burn Studio, who's an artist. She specializes in like watercolor, but you're like it's amazing stuff. Also Classy Pax, GTA 5 RP, and then Sheriff Eli, of course, just like nonstop entertainment over there. And those are the big ones that I've been watching as of late. I feel like that are new finds.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is the people on the guests on the stream. I'm gonna take who we found, and they'll be in the show notes that you can find on the Naaackers website, and they'll be underneath on YouTube as well. One of the people that I just started listening to was, and this kind of segues into another question. Have you seen any big YouTubers that are now moving over to Twitch because of the huge issue with ad revenue and advertising partners?
Apocalypse.
Yep. So for those of you who are unaware, there was a huge thing on YouTube where major advertisers are pulling their ads from YouTube videos because they're unsatisfied with the content that they're attached to. And it is making YouTube content creators, Robot's favorite term, lose 90% of their ad revenue, and pretty much making it very difficult to have a career on YouTube. And two people that I've seen that have moved over, not moved, but are starting to fancy the idea of Twitch are Barnacules Nerdgasm, who's a huge
really
tech YouTuber. Yeah, he's now doing just coffee time in the morning on Twitch. This is like a 1 to 2 hour show. He has like 700 to 800 viewers almost every single day who are giving him bits, donations, and supporting him. And H3H3 Productions now has a Twitch channel, and they are doing a Joe Rogan style podcast on Twitch now, which I am very interested in because Ethan is one of the funniest fucking guys I think I've ever watched on YouTube. And it's just like, I don't think he tries to be funny. I think that is genuinely how he is as a person all of the time. Like the dude to pull up his pajama pants so you can see the outline of his dick. Like that's the kind of guy he is. So I'm starting to see this more and more. Even tech YouTubers like Random Frank P starting to stream video games on Twitch a little bit. PewDiePie is even streaming on Twitch right now. So it's like, huh.
Yeah.
And
I mean, YouTube kind of threw him out the fucking door with that whole bullshit.
Yeah. So I'm starting to wonder, and I'm just a segue master right now, because this also segues into a question I'm going to ask you guys later in the show. But what is going to happen to YouTube, and like what changes can we expect to see from YouTube to combat what Twitch is doing right now?
Honestly, if they don't fucking basically throw away that last update to where none of that shit means anything anymore, they're going to start losing a whole lot of people real fucking quick. Creators. I mean, the base people that everybody knows, the Casey Neistats of the world, YouTube pretty much just sucks his dick every day of the fucking week, so he's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And people like Joe Rogan, where he's never really explored anything else, and he does all of his podcasts live on YouTube Live. And I mean, I've seen this not only in big names like H3 and Barnacules, but a lot of the smaller channels that I watch, like Jay's 2 Cents, or I watch, you guys know me, I fucking watch a ton of like DIY and shit. And there's this guy in the UK, his name's Alex Steele, and he does blacksmithing. He's a fucking like 19-year-old kid who runs his own goddamn business, blacksmithing and teaching blacksmithing to people. And he puts up videos every fucking day of the week. He even does a Twitch live stream every week on Saturdays for like 2 hours.
Yep.
So I'm seeing it all over the place. Another good one, Jimmy DiResta, another DIY channel I watch a lot. So
it's funny because like Twitch, like YouTube's business is to make the advertisers happy.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's their business model. That's how they support themselves. And with Twitch, like you support a YouTuber by watching their stuff and getting displayed ads. On Twitch, you can directly support that content creator with bits, donations, subscriptions. There is still ads displayed, depending on what type of user you are. But business model is very different. But it is insane to see how many people are jumping, or at least trying to play both fields at the same time and not have all their eggs in one basket.
Paul just brought up a great point that made me think of something. The clickbait thumbnails and titles and stuff.
Oh yeah.
One of the biggest
Can't do that shit here.
tech channels on the YouTube, Linus Tech Tips, they just had a huge like controversy about they switched the way that they do thumbnails and titles now. Their thumbnails used to be an image of what they were doing with white text of exactly what was in the video, and then a title reflecting what was shown in the thumbnail. A very direct, concise, representation of what was happening in the video. And they pretty much they have this video series now called Honest Answers, where they honestly answer questions from the community. And they basically came out and said, we have to make our titles and thumbnails more clickbaity in order to generate the same amount of revenue as we used to, because of how YouTube's algorithms change and who gets shown and recommended and who gets shown on the front page. They're like, if we keep putting practical thumbnails with exactly what is in the video, we don't get clicks, we don't get minutes watched, we don't get thumbs up, and we're losing money. And it's like, that seems the complete ass backwards way to do things, but that's how people are making their money. And it's just like, when it comes to Linus, it's like, it's not clickbait. Did I say clickbait? Are we
Clickbait.
making the cake? Fishnet. So Linus videos are going to be top notch, and you're going to get exactly what they're advertising when it comes to their thumbnails. But it's like,
right,
man, that seems so shitty that you have to conform to that routine in order to get people to watch your videos. And
it's not guaranteed either.
No, and it's not. Random Frank P just tweeted today saying, so my YouTube representative said that my videos that I upload only are sent, like notifying 10% of my subscriber base. And he has 500,000 subscribers.
Wow.
So it's like, can you imagine acquiring that many people and having the platform restrict how many viewers they're sending your videos to? And even if you're on the website and a person you are subscribed to uploads a video, you still might not see it right away because it's buried. And that's just like, that's fucking shitty.
Yeah.
So
that's not good at all.
So I think we are in the midst of a lot of people making the move, because isn't powerful Eli, I just saw powerful K9 in chat. It's like, Sheriff Eli
pretty powerful.
already had somewhat of a fan base because of what he was doing, and he jumped over to Twitch, got a sub button within weeks, and now he's got thousands of subs. There's probably a lot of people that Twitch would go, oh hey, you got 1 million subs on YouTube, here's a button.
Yeah.
Let's start some talking, let's get some revenue going. And
they can already do that. They have
he
like
is a fucking he is ridiculous in comparison to most. I mean, his YouTube channel, yeah, he had a few videos up, but he made his fame mostly on the backs of other people lifting him up.
Yeah.
Other streamers, other YouTubers making videos that had him in it, and him just building this reputation of just being this hard ass fucking dickhead Southern Texas fucking cop, just like, fuck you. And that first stream was like legend.
Yeah.
You can't, even today, you can't even watch his shit because the fucking chats are just ridiculous. I just do pop out on the window and fucking leave the chat in the trash because there's no point in me even looking at it.
As much of a hard ass that he is, at the end of the night, he brings his wife a glass of wine and gives her a foot massage and just whispers sweet nothings.
Well,
he's just the cuddliest man ever.
I am going to put a video in chat, and I specifically saved it to my watch later on YouTube so I could put it in chat tonight. And it's the video from one of the other state of emergency community members that was kind of heading up the making money thing for him. And it's when she told him that they had just passed 14 grand. And he just like breaks down. She's crying. He's crying.
Oh.
Like it's such a great video.
Can you throw that in chat?
Yes. Give me a second.
Because I need to pocket that shit.
On Twitch Weekly, they said that was I remember once upon a time when Nade Shot made moved to Twitch for a little while, and they said it was the biggest sub train in Twitch history. I guess Eli just blew that out of the fucking water.
Really?
He was sitting there trying to join a server for 30 minutes. 42,000 people, 46,000 people were watching, just listening to this guy, and we're just waiting.
He got like that first day, he got like 2,100 subs. Second day, he's kept that counter up about halfway through, and now he resets the counter every day.
Yep.
But I guarantee you, he's up close to fucking like 8,000-9,000 subs. It's fucking been like 2,000 a day since he started.
My favorite thing about him is that even though, like, he was just doing his thing beforehand, and he just got noticed because of other streamers streaming him, and they rallied together. They got him this gear. He can stream now. He's got all this fame, all of this hype, and he is the same fucking guy. He has not changed. He is just himself. And that is so refreshing to see, because these days people will fake it so fucking hard just to get attention. And you know, and the second success hits them, they just turn into huge douchebags. So good on
There's
Eli.
a video in chat right now. I would save it in the watch later. It's really a good video, and it's one of the characters from the server that anybody who has branched out from the rest of the SOE community of streamers, you'll know her right off the bat.
Yeah.
Cool. Sheriff Eli, everybody. He's
Fucking awesome. EL fucking I.
Yeah, banana head.
Yeah, banana head.
All right.
I really want a shirt that says that.
Banana head?
No, EL fucking I. Because my son's name is Elijah, so it just makes it that much better.
Oh,
So I call my son Eli, so it's like shitty diapers only goes by one name. EL fucking I.
I remember in one of his streams too, he was saying that like as soon as he got that money that they all donated to him to get the streaming gear, apparently he just got tons of calls from tax people, and they were just like hounding
lawyers
him.
and all kinds of
Really?
shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it's like, who just gets 20K out of nowhere from a random donation, right?
Oh yeah.
He said it was a nightmare, but he's like, I'm glad I got it all sorted out, but he was like, it was fucking terrible.
Damn.
Yeah, it took almost a month to actually, from the end of like the crowdfunding campaign to actually him having money in his hand. I think it was 3 weeks or something like that.
Got that sub button. He did all the stream settings, the testing. He prepared for day one, and he just knocked it out the park.
Fucking murdered it.
Yep.
Wow.
Good for him. He deserves it.
Yeah.
All right, dope. Moving on to gaming news and discussion. Chat, during the week, if you would like... What? Oh, yeah, you got called out. During the week, if you would like to submit a gaming or streaming-related news article to the show, you can post your links to the Crocs and Hot Pockets news channel in the Naaackers Discord. The link will be for you in chat. And if the article deserves some discussion, we will talk about it. I forgot to write down the names of the people who submitted articles again. Just real quick, HP Laserjet, Raven, Middle Age Stream, Nip Nops, Dale Chad, Sonder. Thank you guys for submitting articles to the show. Greatly appreciate it. By the way, there was, for anybody that is in my Discord, I just posted a video to a game in the news channel. It is called Lonely Mountains Downhill, and it's basically like a polygon art style game where you're a dude on a bicycle and you have to make it to the bottom of the mountain without crashing, like Trials, the game Trials style. And it looks, the art style of the game is fantastic, but you got to watch the trailer because it made me laugh my ass off. So I'll post a link in chat for you guys. Game looks really cool. It's in early access. I think it is awaiting green light, I believe. So I gave it an absolute yes because I want to play this game. All right, moving on. Just a couple, just so you know. First off, Half-Life 2 VR on Steam Greenlight being developed by the Source team from Valve. So this is going to be a legit VR for Half-Life 2. So if you guys, Salty's going to post these links in chat for you guys. So if you guys want to see that, actually, no, I'm sorry. This one has been greenlit already by this show. By the recording of this show. So it's already ready to go. So that's going to be coming out soon. Life is Strange 2 has officially been announced. It is currently in development. I don't think there is a release date yet, but we know that it's on the way.
That game was so
I watched Robot play it, but I think I need to play it just for the same reason that Salty played BioShock. I think it's just a game that I need to play and experience. I haven't cried in a while, so.
I've never went through so many emotions until I watched Robot play that game.
Yep.
Freaking insane.
Yeah.
The chats are great during those games, though.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
every single person that's watching those, especially if they've been there for every piece of the puzzle, it's just like by the end of it, everybody's invested. Like the last time that Robot played, I think I missed 1 hour, hour and a half of like the entire game. And by the end of it, I was just like, nah.
It was okay. I think it hit hardest because like you think you're playing this game about you're gonna be like a teenage girl in high school and there's cooties and boys and I'm gonna cry in the bathroom, and then by like episode 4, like your heartstrings have been just yanked, and like it's just a roller coaster of emotions, and the ending is just like so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite thing about that game, and what got chat more emotionally invested, which I thought they were all sick fucks and they were always gonna pick like the worst option, but I let them make my decisions in game. You know, we would come to a fork in the road and we talk about the pros and cons of doing this or that, and like we would all discuss it and then we would make the decision. So it just made it, I think, that much more wrenching for everybody who's watching.
You could do it, but if you didn't like the, I guess the short-term consequences, you can always rewind it, which was a good thing.
Right.
So
But
that game was probably
decisions.
my favorite game you've streamed so far, just with how invested
Really?
I got in it. And I think one time you canceled because you were busy, and then a lot of people just shit bricks.
People like fucking freaked out.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
Chat, if you haven't played Life is Strange, do it. As we were talking about before, Grand Theft Auto 5 roleplay is a huge thing on Twitch right now. So if you haven't checked it out, check out Sheriff Eli on Twitch, and 42. What's the name of the other guy?
Classy Packs.
Classy Packs.
Classy Pack.
There's a million of them.
Fucking
They're all so
hilarious.
good. I can't remember. They're the girl that plays Kiko, the Hentai Queen or whatever, Hentai Queen. Her name's like Love J or something on Twitch. I'm gonna find it and I'll post it in chat.
Okay. Dope.
She's fucking hilarious. Like off the fucking wall. Laugh until you cry. Fucking hilarious.
Am I alone in thinking that the fact that there isn't a webcam for those streams makes it way better?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, some of them do have webcams and some of them don't, but I almost prefer that they don't.
Same.
I like that they go back and forth. When they're talking to chat, they have the webcam on. As soon as they go into RP mode, they turn it off. And I love that Classy Pax actually makes it really cinematic, and he puts like black bars on the top and bottom, so it kind of like hides the UI, so it's like even more immersive. It's so fucking good. So good.
Next up, how to get the most performance out of Battlegrounds. So there's an article talking about Battlegrounds and the performance on modern hardware. There was one fix in here for my 1080 that I had to do in order to get better frames when I'm playing the game on very high. It's a quick change in the 3D settings of the NVIDIA control panel, but it helped. So if you guys are looking to maximize performance for Battlegrounds on your PC, check out this article. And last but not least, Far Cry 5 and The Crew 2 officially announced.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Where's that link?
I forgot it. I believe it was a PC Gamer article. PC Gamer Far Cry 5.
There's a polygon. Got a polygon now.
Oh, here we go. PC Gamer. Yep, I'll throw it in chat. Cool. All right, moving on to the discussion part of the show. Twitch. There isn't really much to discuss on these unless you guys have anything to input. First and foremost, AutoMod gets an update on the Twitch. Automod is something that Twitch implemented a couple of months back that helps automatically moderate things that are entered into chat. It was pretty basic. There was a couple different levels of moderation that you could choose as a streamer, but now they've added a couple things that can allow you to customize it a little bit. So one is you now have blocked and permitted lists. So pretty much allows you to fine tune the level of moderation instead of just choosing one that is pre-chosen for you. And then the globally banned words are now updated. So this is actually a bot that is constantly learning. So as more things like, if there's a new word that becomes slang and becomes insulting, they can kind of throw it into the globally banned. Next up, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood Marathon is currently going on right now. So I think there's 800 plus episodes of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood that's playing on Twitch. And
86.
Super cool. The even cooler thing that they have going on is they are doing a giveaway. They have 100 custom Twitch purple cardigans that they are giving away. I don't have a link for that contest, but if you guys Google it, I'm sure it'll come right the fuck up. And then last but not least, custom bit badges are now available to all partners. Now, Robot, I know that you got into that a little bit. How have you finalized your bit badges? Have you gone back to default?
No, I went back to I tried a few things and I ended up removing them. One, I don't want to make them completely different because it would be really confusing for a viewer for like there to be completely different cheer batches in every single chat. Like I think keeping that currency like universal would maybe be a good idea, like you have a universal look. But I was thinking about doing something where it's the same color scheme, it's just different icons. And I was thinking instead of the polygon shapes, maybe to pair it up, say like the bot. I have bot subscriber badges in my chat and they're different colors like coal, bronze, silver, gold, platinum. And I was thinking, okay, what would complement a robot? And I was thinking, well, what do you put in a robot? Batteries. So I was thinking of dicks. Well, it depends on what kind of robot, I guess. So I was thinking maybe like a battery icon, but like the more bits you cheer, like the more full your battery icon is. Something like that. That's the most clever thing I could think of. And after that,
bot sex talk. I got a full battery, baby. I'm fully charged.
I'm gonna deplete.
I'm gonna oil.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a cool idea. I just haven't come up with anything that cool to do. I'm gonna try the batteries next, and if those don't work, we'll see.
Naaackers. There's a broken link on Destiny 2, by the way.
Does it go to meat spin?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happens when you do the script the day of the show.
I got you.
Who
both.
here grew up with Mr. Rogers? Like, who watched Mr. Rogers here?
Did we?
Sam?
Because I don't remember.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. I don't have that like.
I mean, the fucking show's like
Mr. Rogers.
40, 50, 60 years old. The show's old as fuck.
Okay.
Like, I remember it being on the TV when I was a
It
little kid,
originated in a fucking local TV station in Pittsburgh.
I remember Barney. That's all I remember watching.
Naaackers fucking loved Barney. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family.
With a great big cock. Yeah, I like Barney a lot.
Yeah. I was more of a Power Rangers kid. And Muppet Babies. Yeah.
Any thoughts on any of this Twitch news? This is the first time in a very long time we've had a short Twitch part of the script.
Yeah. They're still pushing out shit. Automod's pretty cool. It's just kind of Automod 1.0 was pretty much automated and a learning machine. Automod 2.0 lets you put like words you don't want in your chat and it learns like if a mod takes action against someone using a certain word, it picks up on that and will learn from your mods in chat.
Yep.
And which is pretty cool.
Still think they should have it like if you say I'm playing Witcher 3 and since I have that as the game I'm playing, it has this database where if I was to put in blank dies or whatever into the chat, it would
No spoilers.
automatically block it. Yeah.
Like game specific. They probably have to hire a team of people who like took like major spoil plots from each game and made them
Just
put them on a
fucking
game global ban list or
buy
something like
It shouldn't take
YouTube's
too long,
fucking
though.
copyright shit they use to fucking scan their videos, and they'll be just fine.
Yep.
that.
Yeah, and future Star Wars movie spoilers from chat, please.
That's it. Force
If you
Awakens
do
is
that
fucking
shit-
ruined from
If you
Twitch
do
chat
that
for me.
shit in fucking Twitch chat, you deserve to burn on a stake.
I
True
was
that.
I
Or hang
was-
from a tree, right, Speed?
Wow.
I mean, Speed did say.
No, did it? What did I say?
We're just gonna move past this. So there was, I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was saying I can't wait for the day where you have to register your social security number, real name, driver's license with an online account that is tied to every single online account that you register. And so if you get banned from one for being, you know, a racist, you know, piece of shit, just a derogatory human, that people know, like, hey, you're probably an asshole, and we're not going to want you on this platform. Probably won't happen, but I
I
wait
wouldn't
the
want
day.
that because
A
a hacker would be able to
nobody
get
in their right mind would
everything.
want that shit ever. Not just the hacking part, but just the freedom of speech part.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
fair.
give a fuck if there's shitty human beings out there. There's always been shitty human beings.
But if you had a choice between not having to spend time with them and spending time with them, what would you choose?
I don't think they're ever going away.
Yeah, unless you literally force people, tell people how to live their life on a daily basis.
As long as League of
By law.
Legends exists, there will be trolls.
As long as the internet exists,
That's
there
true.
will be trolls.
So you wouldn't
As long
be,
as they're humankind, there will be trolls.
this is true. So okay, so you wouldn't be down for personal
Censorship?
registration on the
No.
not censorship. But if you have
No.
if you have an account, SaltySam, and you
if I
use
could
it,
file my taxes under a false name, I would.
okay.
Nobody needs any of my
Right.
information. They don't have the right to any of my shit.
But okay, so if you have an account, your name is SaltySam, and you use SaltySam across all these different platforms, and there are 10 cases against you of you being racist, would you not want the choice of not having to deal with somebody because there are 10? It's just like having a criminal record. It's like if there are 10 pieces of proof that you're an asshole, you should just not be able to use these sites.
I mean, the sites can do that on their own, but I don't feel like any sort of automated shit. That's just, you're going down a fucking tightrope at that point.
I see,
Because people are assholes and nobody wants to deal with assholes, but they have a right to be assholes. Just like you have a right to not be an asshole.
that's true. Okay, I see you talking. I hear the words that you're saying, but in your head, I hear you saying they're not gonna take my guns.
Pretty much.
I see both sides of it because it's like you are walking that fine line of censorship and people losing rights, but it's like I would really love a way to just not have to deal with these trolls and these piece of shit humans every day.
I really just fucking hate how the social structure of the entire Western world at this point has been relegated to telling people what they can say, when they can say it, who they can say it to, and how they can go about living their lives.
You offend me.
Yeah. Everybody's
I-
a fucking pussy.
Stay out of my
all
safe.
just
This
pussies.
is my safe zone.
Grow the
Don't
fuck
cross
up.
that line.
Get off your fucking beanbag and go do something with your fucking life, you shithead.
I
Fuck.
like
There's-
beanbag, Salty.
There's so many people that I went to
They're
high
filthy.
school with that were just complete idiots with their lives. They did all the stupid stuff in high school, and now I see them and they're just like washed up has-beens. Like they can't know that, don't have anything going on in their lives anymore. And it's just like they were trolls for the first little bit of their lives and now the rest of their lives are ruined. I'm
Right.
perfectly fine with dealing with these trolls for 5 minutes, letting them ruin their lives, letting them become stupid human beings, and then eventually they'll be
Running
gone for
them
good.
over with a fucking bus. Your own life.
But they don't
Like,
have that
yeah.
accountability online. Like being an asshole in high school, you're a person in a building with people who know who you are.
Yeah, but the
that's
other
why
thing,
it happens.
but the other thing
That's
is,
why
like,
it'll
with
never go away.
a lot of trolls online, the reason why they do is to get reactions out of people.
Yeah.
If they keep doing this, if they just keep being trolls and keep being trolls and they keep getting the reactions out of people, they're gonna keep doing it, and eventually they're gonna do it to the point where they're gonna
That's
screw their own
why
lives up.
it's such a fucking divide between you've got on one side of the spectrum the troll that doesn't give a fuck what comes out of his mouth, is constantly spewing racist shit and being a total asshole. And then on the opposite, furthest extreme opposite of it, you've got everything in the fucking world makes me want to cry. I'm a pussy and everything offends me.
Yeah.
Just throw both of those sides of the fucking equation out and everybody's fine right in here.
Yeah.
Our
Cute little castle.
Back in the day, I used to throw explosives onto the rescue vessels in Battlefield 1942. I used to throw them into there, and I'd watch people float away on the thing, and then I'd blow it up.
That's
That's
not
all I
bad
did.
though. That's just
All I did all day long when I played Battlefield 1942 way back then. I just jump on the aircraft carrier, throw the explosives in there. People would walk over to me, and they'd look at it, and they'd look back at me. I'd be like, and then they'd jump in, they'd float onto the ocean, I'd explode it, and I was like, I'm so glad I got past that point in my life. 'Cause
I thought
That's not even
This
that
was a-
bad
We've
though.
all
I
been
mean, you
trolls
just-
in our life at some point.
I thought
I-
this
I
was a
still
real life
fuck with
story
people.
that you were saying. that
Yeah.
you were
threw
throwing
Just
explosives.
toss
explosives.
explosives on rescue boats.
That's why the Canadian Navy has never been a success. Because of 42.
I'm just saying, everybody, no matter who you think you are, everybody is a troll at some point in your life. It just depends what you do with it down the road is what.
Trolling in game is one thing, but sending people death threats and being
Yeah,
an
that's different.
anti-Semitic racist piece of shit is another. I'm talking about the
true.
extremes. I'm
I
not
got a
talking
lot of
about
death
trolling.
threats after doing that stuff on 1942. I got a lot of death threats.
Really?
Oh, dude, there was some people that were just into that game.
Oh
They
no.
were just like, I'm trying to get to the mainland and fight these germs. They were just freaking out trying to play the game.
That's amazing.
I can't picture you doing that, you little shit. Oh my god.
Oh,
The
we
best
thought it
thing
the
was-
funniest thing.
In Battlefield 3, I would do the same exact thing, but with helicopters, and you'd watch someone fly off and you just
Yeah.
you see it go out of control upside down to
Yeah.
the ground.
Did that a lot.
All
My
right.
own server.
moving along to the next part of the not part of the show, the next fucking shit. More AMD
Topic.
CPU released. So there is another series of AMD CPUs that are going to be released this summer. They are called Threadrippers. The stupidest fucking name for a processor
It
series.
is a pretty stupid name.
Buy me a Threadripper.
It's no
Yeah.
stupider than just fucking numbers.
Right. So there's going to be there's going to be 9 different CPUs, 10, 12, 14, and 16 core models. The 16 core model will have 42 threads, which is absolutely a fuck ton insane amount.
Stream PC.
Yup. I've seen pictures.
We
of
said that about the Ryzen card too, though.
I mean, the Ryzen is an amazing stream PC CPU.
Yeah, this would be
I've
going the
heard. I
extra
found. I
mile.
know a few people that said it wasn't that great though.
Those were people who were gaming and streaming on the same PC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean-
from my experience.
Streaming not requiring necessarily the crazy amount of hyper-threading that comes with Intel.
Yep.
As long as you're not doing crazy over-the-top shit gaming on it,
Yeah.
you're pretty set.
So the one thing I wanted to bring up about Wildlands is there's a video of Jay's 2 cents. He has a Ryzen 1800X, which is the most expensive Ryzen 7 chip you can buy. He was streaming Wildlands 1080p, 60 frames per second at a 10 megabit upload. So 10,000 bit rate, just to see how far he could go. And he was playing Wildlands on the highest visual quality possible. And I can't remember what CPU preset he was on, but he was streaming 1080 60, and the CPU was only at 50%. and he was pushing 60 to 70 frames with a couple dips down to the 40s here and there. But
That's Wildlands, though.
yeah, and that's the thing. He's like, that's why I chose this game, was because of how resource hungry it was. But for a $500 chip, he was pushing a 10 megabit stream at 1080 60 and was only at about 50 to 60% CPU. Now, this was an overclocked Ryzen chip, so it wasn't stock, but that just shows you the power of those chips. So I thought that was,
and it wasn't a huge overclock either. It was a modest overclock
from 3.4 to 3.9,
something like that.
So yeah, it wasn't even in the 4.0s. So I think that this new series having 9 different processors is weird. It doesn't seem like they really need that much. But I'm excited because I think this introduces some pressure onto Intel for making more consumer-friendly budget chips, but is also making it, you know, practical to AMD's user base, because AMD has not been in this workhorse game very long. Like, they are just now getting into the game of being a competitor with Intel. And I think
they're going to be going after the major industries who have been for like render farms and like motion graphics and rendering machines, with everything doing all this like they're trying to go after. What did I just say? You guys both raised your eyebrow.
You just like blipped out for a second.
Your mic is cut out probably 5 to 6 times tonight, for like a second at a time.
What the fuck?
Man, I don't know. And I think it has some. I don't know. Go ahead. Ryzen.
Yeah, I think they're not after only going for the consumers, but they're going towards the big industries for like that need a lot of horsepower, you know, to do stuff. So
yeah,
I think
imagine one of these new chips, or even like a Xenon board with 2 of those chips on it doing rendering for a studio or a graphics arts business, something like that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
So I'm still planning on going Ryzen when I upgrade my stream PC. If I can get a 8-core CPU for $500, absolutely. I've watched a shit ton of videos on Ryzen being used as streaming PCs, dedicated streaming PCs, and they are blowing Intel out of the water as far as money to hardware.
Yep.
So last but not least, Destiny 2 is coming out for PC. So we have a release date of September 8th for Xbox One and PS4. No PC release date, but PC version is confirmed. A Blizzard is going to be hosting the Bungie, the fucking shit bird, the Destiny 2 multiplayer. It's not really clear what they're going to be hosting and what they're not, and it's definitely not going to be dedicated servers, is what they have come out and said.
PvP.
But there's new weapons and clan support to help people coordinate raids who don't necessarily have people to play with. They have a multiplayer mode still, which is going to be the 4v4. I think it's called Crucible. 4K compatibility with uncapped frame rates. So for us gearheads, we will be able to play this game at high frame rates and high resolutions. And then again, no dedicated servers. So who here is going to be buying Destiny 2?
They did say that the PC version is going to come out after the console.
A good
How
portion
long
after.
though? So a year, a month.
Probably all those.
Yeah.
If it's an exclusivity thing, if it's like a PS4 Xbox exclusive, it's probably gonna be a month or 2.
Yeah.
If it's because their dev team needs more time putting into a PC version, it could be anywhere from like 6 months to a year.
As long as it works when I get it.
Yep.
So.
We said the same thing about Grand Theft Auto, and we were all blown away at how polished Grand Theft Auto was when it came out. It was the best PC release of 2016. If
it comes out on console and it's not going to be out for like a good 6 months to a year on PC, I don't want to deal with another GTA. I don't want to buy it on console and then have to rebuy it again, especially because you know it's going to be an expensive game.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like which sucks because I really want to play it, but
One thing I read in an article that I thought was weird, and the author of the article thought it was weird as well, is a couple months ago, Blizzard moved away from the Battle.net name and just moved over to the Blizzard launcher. But everything in regards to Destiny 2 and Blizzard is referring to Battle.net again. So it's like there's this weird gray area of what responsibilities are going to fall on Blizzard and what isn't. But the fact that it's going to be within the Blizzard launcher and Blizzard is going to have a say in what happens makes me very confident in the game. And I never played Destiny 1, but I was always very intrigued by the game. So I am extremely excited for this to come out. I will be buying it, and I'm hoping that it sucks all of my time up. Like not my penis.
I think the people who are into Destiny 2 are all into Destiny 2. It's like it's one of those games that just kind of sucks away your life.
Yep.
it's like a more mature Borderlands to me. That game.
Yes.
When I played Destiny 1, it definitely feels like that kind of game where you're going out, you got these crazy fancy looking guns, and you can pick up brand new ones from enemies you kill, and you can drive around and do all this cool stuff, but it just feels like a more polished, more mature version of Borderlands, which is cool.
Borderlands is like, hey, here's a campaign. You can bring one of your friends along and it's going to be the exact same, but whatever. Destiny is like, you better bring 4 of your fucking friends or you're not going anywhere. You're going nowhere. So it's very like, you need to have a group of people to play. And we have things that are specific to having a group of people to play. So I think that's very interesting. So Salty, why are you not buying it? I know it's in general it's probably not your type of game, but do you have any like definitive reasons why not?
I've never played any kind of game where it's like raiding. I've never played Warcraft. I've never played any of that shit.
Okay.
It's just one of the at this point in time, like I know everybody who watches this show probably thinks I'm just like, I just play one fucking game 24 hours a day, which I have done for the past 2 years. So it's not entirely untrue, but I don't have the fucking time that I used to have. I don't have 8-9 fucking hours a day to sit on the computer and play a game. I don't have half the time. If I have an hour or two to sit at the computer and do anything, much less anything that's not, trying to further some other avenue, whether it's streaming or it's, working on a website or working on other shit like that. 2-3 hours a day ain't a whole lot of fucking time for anybody. And I do most of that interneting on my fucking phone to begin with. So
Sure.
I can't play games like that really just require hundreds of hours of time.
What, robot?
I was reading chat.
All right. Any final notes on Destiny 2 before we move on? SpeedFortyTwo.
I hope it comes out soon after release. I don't want to have to wait another year for a game. I hope it's not going to be something that's going to happen a lot since Grand Theft Auto, because Grand Theft Auto quadrupled their money by releasing it separate times on each. From PlayStation, they released it on the next gen consoles. Then they released it PC. So I know there are a lot of people that bought it 3 to 4 times.
Milk that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they don't have the same problem that they had in Destiny 1. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Who's the guy that plays the imp, the Lannister guy? What's that actor's name?
I have no idea.
The miniature guy.
The midget. The guy from
Peter Dinklage?
Elf.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys heard how he was in Destiny 1. He was a voice actor for Destiny 1. He was, the little floating orb that helps you on all the missions?
That was him?
He was the voice actor for that thing when the game first came out. And I guess something happened. I can't remember. I was just gonna try quickly look it up. But something happened and they had to redo the game and take his voice out and put someone else in.
Ooh.
But I remember playing it when
Really?
he had his voice, when it was his voice that was the little floating guy.
That was something major for it to be something like that. For them to put all
I
that
think it
effort
was
into
something like
redoing
they
it,
wanted him to do because like Destiny was coming out with a whole bunch of DLC,
he didn't want to
and
do it.
he couldn't come and do the voice acting for it, and they were like, "But you signed a contract with us to do the voice acting," and he's just like, "No, I got Game of Thrones to deal with," and they're just like, "Okay, fuck you then. We're gonna take you out."
Oh.
So then
Damn.
they did, and it was just like I remember reading about that, and I was like, "Ooh, let's just how about Bungie? How about you just stay away from the popular actors? Just
Yeah.
bring in the people that really want to do it."
Interesting.
Yeah. I just hope they change their mind about P2P. P2P is just garbage.
No.
I don't care if it's still a lobby system. Just put it on top of dedicated servers. Like we can't host our own servers. Just the P2P, there's so many issues with people being able to grab your IP. They can port block you. They can IP ban you. They could. It's just
Lag switching.
Oh, it's a nightmare, and I can't believe companies are still using that form of technology for multiplayer stuff. What? That protocol.
Last but not least, H1Z1 is starting to do hosted games. So it looks like they are starting to have events to where they are having people come out and play H1Z1 matches. Is anybody here still playing H1Z1 at all? Okay.
I actually stopped the last big update that came out because I didn't want to waste my fucking time.
Yeah. Anybody in chat? Is there anybody that is still playing H1Z1? Let us know. After playing Battlegrounds, I went back to it and played it for a night, and I actually won a round of my first duos ever. And then I was like, tried to come back to it another night, and I just could not get into it. And I'm like, you know what? Just the amount of changes and dedication that I've seen from the Battlegrounds the development team has just had me like, I remember when Battlegrounds first came out and everybody's reaction was, let's hope this isn't another H1Z1. And I think within the first 2 months, they have proven that they are nowhere near the product that H1Z1 is. And I think playing the game, realizing all the changes that they've made, and trusting the company to make changes that benefit the community and not the company, has made me just ditch H1Z1 altogether. I'm like, okay, you know what, this game is going to be good. They've made great changes so far, and I just have no desire. I actually uninstalled the game today because I don't think I have any desire to go back and play it.
Doing it now. Bye.
Yeah.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Fuck off.
And it's like things like these, it's like, it's too little too late, man. You waited for another game to come out and show you up before you started putting any care into your product. So I'm waiting. I haven't looked at numbers, but Battlegrounds has been on top of the charts for
a couple weeks,
quite some time now compared to H1Z1.
since release.
And there's still a lot of people who are H1Z1 kings and queens, and they're probably not planning on leaving anytime soon. But Battlegrounds is taking over. Even people like Doc, even though Disrespect hates how the game plays, he's still playing it and he's still streaming it.
I'm looking at numbers right now. King of the Hill peak today 124,000. Current players 46,000. Player unknown is the peak today was 186,000, and the current players right now is 90,000. So double. Almost double, and that was just today. I'm sure you could break it down by probably day. This is the most recent 48 hours, but when Battlegrounds first came out, like all of a sudden, like an H1Z1 matches starting with 60 people, 50 people was not finding, and I think it's come up after the update, but I think there's a lot of people out there like us that just got sick of H1Z1 shit, and Battlegrounds came around. It's like, wow, now I can't go back.
It's crazy too to think about how not long it's been. Like I remember at the most recent LAN party, we were all playing H1Z1 together, and we were having a blast. And I don't think anyone.
That's pretty much when I got into it. Was that weekend? I hadn't played it up until that point. So
it's just crazy to think. Like I don't think any of us would have thought in less than a year that game is just just going
Fucking
downhill.
6
and we're
months,
playing,
basically.
and we're playing a brand new game that's way better.
Well, I think if I'm not wrong, Naaackers, you said when you played the beta, you played it, it was okay, but you didn't know how you felt because there were like problems in it.
There were so many glitches that would make you salt out of Battlegrounds when it first came out. The one of the biggest things was the performance and the desync, and there's still those problems right now, but the overall experience of playing Battlegrounds is just way better than playing H1Z1. And there's just that you look at H1Z1 and you think about the people developed the game, and you just go, ugh, like these people have just put a bad paste in my mouth. Are you jizzing in my mouth? Put a bad taste in my mouth. And I think just that alone is making people leave the H1Z1 and go over to Battlegrounds, because they're seeing a development company that keeps constant contact with their customers, and there's transparency and there's communication. And I think gamers are drawn to that. And I think that's part of the reason why Battlegrounds is so successful.
And before Battlegrounds, there was no other game to play like that other than H1.
Nope.
And now that there's competition, it's so easy to switch.
Battlegrounds just came out of the gate with so many things that gave people reasons to jump ship from H1Z1. Like, they're already working on new maps. They're already adding new game modes. They're adding new vehicles. There's different weather modes. They're talking about dedicated servers. They're talking about private servers that you can run your own custom game modes. So there's just all of these things that they're already working on and pushing out every week.
I guarantee you're going to see the same type of fucking mods.
Oh, yeah.
With Battlegrounds that you see with every other style of game like this. Same thing with like RP and mission-based shit.
Oh, God.
And it's just going to be Arma 3 all over again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
your fucking basis of your entire game is meant from a modder's perspective. So how you couldn't open it up to private servers and private modding, I couldn't understand them blocking that in any sense of the fucking word. If anything, it always helps your fucking business.
Yeah, like
Grand Theft Auto is fucking like 6 years old. That fucking game is old as shit, and it is still fucking just pumping in. It was like number 2 behind League of Legends the other day. On Sheriff Eli's second stream, it was number 2 overall on Twitch, behind League of Legends that always has 200,000 fucking people watching it.
And I think everybody would think Rockstar would have done something by now because they don't want this happening. But I guess they saw how much more their sales were going up and was like, fuck it, we'll just let them do whatever. As long as they're not like ruining the base game, it's fine.
And anybody who doesn't have Grand Theft Auto 5, it's on sale on the Humble Bundle store for $30, $29.99. So
worth every fucking penny.
It is, especially the single player, the online, the heists, everything.
That game does not feel like it's been out 6 years.
No. Yes. All right, Naaackers.
All right.
Next segue.
Moving right along. Question time. So the question that I wanted to ask you guys was kind of in regards to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood being on Twitch. Where do you guys personally draw the line when it comes to non-gaming content on Twitch? When it comes to TV show marathons or creative or music or IRL? Where do you guys fall on what you want to see on the platform and what you don't? So we can pretty much go from the top down. We're nearing the 3-hour mark. So if you guys want to kind of give quicker answers, we have a shorter guest Q&A. So you don't have to go too quick, but just keep that in mind.
I only watch gamers on Twitch, period. End of story. I watch everything else I want to watch on YouTube.
All right.
It's not that I don't want them there. It's that I'm not going to fucking utilize them. I don't need to see what you're doing walking down the fucking street. I don't care.
Gamers, the creative with like making music and art and using software to make, like what you talked about, what was his name? The little thing where he was like moving and the guy would move in game.
Oh, Scribbly?
Like, and that shit.
Scribbly, just stuff like that. Yeah, I like it. IRL.
He's just a gamer, though, at the end of the day. He just doesn't want to show his real face.
Yeah, but IRL, the eating, what was that?
Social eating.
Culture, social eating, stuff like that. That doesn't need to be on here. It's just waste, and it's causing, like what you guys said last time. It's a bad name for Twitch streamers because that's what they go and look at.
Yeah.
Ooh, good bowler. I like that fucking
Promise
idea. Stand-up comedians live on Twitch.
Yeah.
Actually,
watch the fuck out of
there
that.
is a comedy section, I think.
The hardest part, I think, would be, as far from the comedian standpoint, would be not having a live audience in front of you.
Right.
And laugh.
React. So it's just like you're watching a 2-minute delay in chat to see how your fucking jokes are doing. You might already be down a rabbit hole. You can't come back up.
Yeah.
One thing you just made me think of, Speed, was I actually unsubbed from the live stream fail subreddit this past week, and I have I've gone back to it, but I'm trying to make a routine of not going to it, because I'm actually starting to get to the point where when I watch some of these clips, I'm getting discouraged as a streamer, because I look at what people are doing and what's getting views, and it's just like, this is like when I go to talk to somebody about what I do for a hobby, and I say that I'm a streamer on Twitch, and then people think of like this shit, like some dude with his shirt off playing hokey pokey with his sister in his kitchen, and his mom walks in and is like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And there's just so much like IRL bullshit that goes on, and I'm like, this is just discouraging me from wanting to be on this platform. And IRL is to blame for a lot of that. And there was stuff before IRL that kind of made me feel that way too, but IRL is really taking the cake for that. But I just wanted to bring that up.
That's because every single fucking person thinks their life is worth watching.
Yeah.
You're not a fucking celebrity. You're just sitting at a fucking park bench talking shit. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not watching ET because I don't give a fuck what celebrities do. Why the fuck would I watch you?
Yep.
It's a fucking weird. It's a really vain section of Twitch, I feel.
It's very
Attention seekers.
Yeah, it's very narcissistic. And I was about to go into my thoughts, but I'll let the other guys go first.
I just went.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm kind of the same way. I'm okay with the music stuff. I'm okay with creative stuff to a point, but I honestly would love to see IRL just get turfed completely. There's a lot of people who've made good money and, probably a living off of streaming off of that stuff. But at the same time, like, that's what Periscope is for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what all these other platforms are for. Like, they're not putting anything on there. And like Naaackers said with live stream fails, I browse it all the time too, and it's for the most part nowadays, it's just everything on there is just garbage. There's nothing gaming related on it anymore. It's all IRL.
Yeah, it's streamers who know the live stream fail subreddit exists, so they just do off the wall shit and then submit their clips to get in there. And Sorry, 42. Go ahead.
Nope, that's it. No, that's it.
Personally, okay, so Justin TV failed. They did everything, right? And then gaming started being a big thing, so they separated and they created Twitch TV and they do all the gaming there. Justin TV died, and I think Twitch grew so well and so fast because it was just gaming. I'm okay with creative. I've really watching artists, game developers, musicians. That stuff is really cool because there's still this interaction. But IRL has just been absolute, and I don't even like saying this, and I hate when people are like, that's AIDS, man. But like, IRL is cancer. I think it's great to have a section where people can stream if they're not playing a game, but I don't think that stream should be them at a restaurant or them walking down the street or them
becoming a fucking moving target for every asshole on the fucking face of the earth.
Exactly.
That's the thing that worries the fuck out of me is you're just inviting people to fucking mug your ass.
Yeah.
And once upon a time, it was the worst thing ever for a streamer to leak who they are or any personal information, especially where they live or where they are. And now people are giving that shit away like hotcakes, and it's a game now. It's like, can you find out where I am? Did you see the
why the
sign
fuck do you
behind
think
me?
people get swatted? Why the fuck
Yep.
do you think people get
And
fucking beat the fuck up? Or there's random assholes standing outside your door asking if you have a bed they can sleep in? Like, that kind of shit is starting to happen because people are fucking stupid and they put all their personal info and all their personal life on the internet.
And I was actually, so Lauren told me the other day that she has been telling people that I'm a professional gamer. And and I'm like, wait,
There
what?
goes that ego.
Why are you telling them? You know, because like I haven't even really been like telling people that I'm a Twitch streamer like in real life, you
You're a
know. And she's like, oh
content
yeah, I'm a content creator. But she says like most of the guys are like, oh, that's fucking awesome. That's like my dream. And then all the girls are like, oh my God, are you so annoyed that your husband plays video games all the time? You know?
He's
But
like,
anyways,
yeah.
I explained that's exactly. She's like, yeah, I fucking hate it. But I was explaining to her, still got that girth though. Worth it. So I told her about the whole Ice Poseidon thing, and then like in the that came out back in the day. What?
Your mic
just
cut out for
a
like
really long time.
What the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. It only happens when I'm talking to you
random.
guys.
Yeah. It's random. It's in that like you'll be talking for 30 seconds and then it'll just randomly cut for a second or two.
I'm back. Okay. So we were talking. What was the last thing you heard me say?
Cock meat.
Ice Poseidon.
Ice Poseidon.
Oh, I was explaining to her the Ice Poseidon swatting thing, and then we basically both remembered this movie where it was this guy who his dad died, and the news team showed him jumping off a bridge, and the kid was so pissed that he killed people on the internet. So like he showed this kitten being trapped in this like mouse trap, and like the more people that watched the live stream, the heat lamps would get hotter and basically fry this kitten to death or something like that. And it's so shocking. Anybody will fucking watch it, even though it's the stupidest thing in the world. And that's what IRL is. It's stupid shit that is just getting tons of views because it's shocking, or, you know, and it just kind of like ruins what we have over here with gaming talk shows, gaming, creative. And I just hope that Twitch is like, okay, YouTube, you can have this cancer and we'll stick with gaming and music and charity and not these, like, you know.
I agree.
God bless.
But I'm also
Naaackers
one of the
as
people
well,
that's
but
like, has always been the type to, there is a certain type of media that belongs on a certain fucking platform.
yeah.
Like people that just take the same filtered picture and throw it 15 different fucking social media platforms. It blows my fucking mind. Or they'll take the same video that they took and they'll put it on Twitter and they'll put it on Instagram and they'll put it on this and that. They won't just fucking let the native medias take hold.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I get most of my content from YouTube, because it's kind of a shithole, shit pot of all kinds of crazy stuff. When I want to watch people game, when I want to watch whatever the fuck it is I want to watch, I'm very selective about who I pick and choose. A lot of the people I've been watching on Twitch, I've been watching for like 4 years, 5 years. A lot of the people I've been watching on YouTube, same shit. I watch the same creators all the time.
One more thing I want to say about this is Twitch is just one of the most kind of like kind, accepting, and generous communities, online communities I've ever seen out there. And I don't want, because of shit like that on IRL, like Ice Poseidon's community. I'm glad they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's cancer. I don't want that to become the norm on Twitch, because shit like that gets big on Twitch. I like what Twitch has, and I want to keep it that way. Get rid of IRL. Just have a place where we can chat and game shows or chill with our communities without playing a game, and that's it.
Start a petition.
I I'm not on the fence. I'm like, if there was a fence that any normal sized person could jump over if they wanted to, like without much effort. That's the type of fence I'm on. I've only had one IRL stream ever. I was just hanging out on my porch, eating pizza, playing guitar, and talking with chat. It was awesome. I like the idea of having a category. When I'm thinking ahead, I'm thinking of times where like a lot of us are in the same place. Like think about TwitchCon in the future where a bunch of us are going to be. Like it would be cool to have a place on Twitch where we can stream because we're a bunch of Twitch streamers probably talking about things that are related to Twitch. And I would like to have a category that we could put ourselves in to connect with our viewers on a place like that. Like if we're all chilling in a hotel room, banging, and we just want to talk or just like talk about what we did with the day with all of our viewers, and like a single IRL stream with all of us is a great way to bring all of our communities together into one chat and hang out and you know match make people with other streamers. And I like having that avenue, but that's such a small part of what IRL is. And I'm afraid that we are going to lose that avenue to have that because of everything else that's going on. I know like when we've done non-gaming stuff in the past, like when I've done like LED, like controller builds on stream, I think I did gaming talk shows before IRL was a thing. And it's like, if an IRL stream consists of somebody creating something, like I personally still think cooking stream should be a thing because that's somewhat of a niche where somebody has skills in a trade that somebody might not have elsewhere. And I think if an IRL stream consists of something along those lines where somebody's being creative or somebody's creating something new or they're putting their own spin on something, that it should be there. But if it's you walking from fucking place to place out in town and like walking up to a street performer and, you know, just like dumb shit, I don't care for it. But if somebody's being creative and is putting time and effort and thought into an IRL stream, I think it should be there. So it's like, I see both sides of it, but like I said, I just unsubscribed from the live stream fail subreddit because 90% of the stuff that I'm seeing there is like discouraging. Like it's just really bad stuff. So I don't know. I'm so torn because like there's I'm thinking about things in the future where an IRL stream would be fun. That's, you know, that's all of us somewhere doing something, and it would be interesting to the people that follow all of our channels. But at the same time, there's this whole different world.
I just feel like there's other avenues for that. There's 1,000 live video avenues for IRL shit. Do Instagram video, do Facebook video.
But
These are all things in which you connect with people in your social circles.
But do you get the same experience with your audience on these other platforms?
I don't see why you couldn't. I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you're doing one of these fucking mobile streams where people are just walking down the fucking street or going shopping or taking a dump in a porta potty, it's going to be shitty quality. It's going to be a camera from your phone. It's going to be shit. So why not put that shit somewhere where people actually that know you, that follow you on a daily basis might actually go be able to fucking view it and not just throw it in everybody's face.
That's a good point. I can get down with that.
I mean, there's a lot of people for, especially like the Gary Vaynerchucks of the world, Gary V's of the world, where he will fucking record a show for YouTube while streaming on fucking Instagram Live and getting live feedback. And then all of that goes into what ends up being a video on his channel. So I feel like there's benefits and drawbacks for everything, but you just have to weigh your options. I just think Twitch as a brand needs to drop IRL entirely because it's just shitty garbage.
Mm-hmm.
If you just open up IRL and just look at the thumbnails, you're gonna see everywhere. A very common theme of where did all the League of Legends streamers go? Oh, they're in IRL now.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, it's just fucking
Let's
DDR.
not go down that road.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole deeper than any
It's just-
other.
And
It's
it's
really
midnight.
not. It's fucking crazy late.
So in a nutshell, I'm cool with creative. I'm cool with cooking. I love music. I love live music on Twitch. I think that's fucking awesome. Social eating, IRL, nah, not my
I would
cup
like
of
to
tea.
do a beer tasting with you guys one day, and in real life, like buy a bunch of beers and try them and rate them or something.
We had that idea or you had that idea for GSN Weekly, where we would be trying different beers and beef jerkies, every
Yeah.
episode. So,
Yeah.
and that's intriguing, at least to us beef jerky lovers.
There's other beef jerky
Beef
lovers
jerky
out there.
universe.
Let's all compare meats. All right, let's move on real quick. Chat, Salty's going to be posting a poll for you guys. Will you be buying Destiny 2? If so, what platform? And that will be there. Just give that a quick vote while we go through these questions. Let me open up questions. I forgot that there's supposed to be a command in chat that triggers every once in a while. It says, hey, if you want to ask us a question, use this command. And I forgot to do it, but it'll be there next time. So we have a couple questions. We have 3 questions. First one is from Scopes. What is your opinion on the new Call of Duty World War II that's supposed to be an open area type game similar to Destiny, as well as making zombies into more of horror rather than cartoony?
Whoa, Scopes asked a real question.
Right? That didn't involve 42's cock? Let's
Oh,
get on
good.
it.
Can we get the old scopes back, please?
By the way, that U poll has no option for people that aren't gonna buy it.
I realized that as I was saying it, so I'm sorry.
Whoops.
If
Also-
you were gonna get it, what would you get?
Speed, make a really silly face.
Why?
Just please.
For science.
I just realized that there's something really awesome that I can do with this new Skype, and it's bring up one of your cameras to be separated into all of the windows. This is great. Oh my goodness. This is how we should do honorable mentions from now on.
It's like broke the fuck up in 4 screens.
Oh god.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all right.
It's terrifying, isn't
Hey, Ember and Paul had a great idea in chat. If you're not buying Destiny 2, throw a nay emote in chat.
There you go. That works.
All right, so the questions, the first one we had was from Scotes, Call of Duty, World War II. First of all, who's buying it?
I don't know yet.
I'm gonna wait.
Probably for the campaign. For the campaign, probably nothing. Campaign, zombies, that's it.
That might be something I buy on console
You peasant.
How are we going to
because
play
I just
zombies
don't care.
together?
Wow, he doesn't.
Damn, son. Where'd
I
you
just,
find
I don't,
those?
they haven't recovered enough from the stuff that they've put us through for the past like 5 to 6 years. I'm not ready to give them my money yet.
It's like
I
throwing
will
money
not
on another
pre-order.
battlefield.
I don't care that you've gone back to World War II. You're still Call of Duty.
Yeah. Don't pre-order. Just basically, like, especially for PC people, we've just been fucked by Call of Duty games so much.
So
often.
many.
Remember, Chad,
Again-
we hate pre-orders, especially pre-orders
That's
that
right.
involve getting early access to betas.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Selling
shit.
access to, oh my God. So
You're
bad.
paying to test their game.
Fucking works.
They used to
Stupid
hire
people
people.
everywhere.
All right, next question. Middle-aged stream asks for 42. How do you like the Stream Deck, and explain how you use it, please?
I was trying to show it on my stream the other day. It's actually a lot smaller than you think it is. Like it's pretty small.
So tiny.
That's what she said.
I'll try and make this work. But basically, so far all I've got right now is I've just got like a stream button that I've got. So I push it, and then I've got basically all my scenes set up on it, and then I've got like an
Cool.
Discord mute and deafen button. And then I've also got and I've got sound clips for a bunch of different sound clips that I've been wanting to use. I've even got Naaackers on there. That's to be seen.
What
There-
is
yeah,
that?
You'll have to
That's
see. You'll have
awesome.
to. I don't. It's
I saw Anakin in one of those.
Oh yeah, I'm constantly coming up with new ones.
You were the chosen one. That happened to me last night. I fucking was okay. So I know I'm like 30 years old, and we were having a fire last night with all my like 6 people were out there, and I was totally roasting marshmallows, and one of them fell off the fucking stick into the fucking bottom of the fire, and my immediate reaction in my head was, "No, you were the chosen one." It's like burning away.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you're even it's called a stream deck, but personally, I would find tons of use for this, even if you weren't a streamer.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like,
'Cause it integrates with so
outside
many
of the streaming.
applications. Yeah.
Yeah, like I've got a button here. Other than sound effects, I've got one for music, and if I've got all my media set up on VLC player, so when I hit one of the buttons on there, it just immediately pops VLC open and plays that song. If I already have VLC open, it's even quicker, which is nice. But you can set it up for a lot of things, and like with me, I've got the K something or other. I can't remember what keyboard this is.
70.
it's got the
K95.
back.
K95. So
Oh,
I've got
the
like
older
I've got the G keys, right? So when I first got this keyboard, I'm like, oh, la-di-da, I'll fucking set up OBS scenes on these things and assign shortcuts and everything. And I can never remember what shortcuts I set up for all the G keys. So every now and then I'll like type something. It's like, boom, I accidentally just triggered one of my OBS scenes because I always set it up to like super simple keybinds. But with this, you don't even set up keybinds anymore. You just basically tell it, I want to switch to this scene. I want to switch to that scene. You're not setting up keybinds. So it makes it a lot more simpler. The next keyboard I might buy probably won't even have the G keys anymore because I don't really need them now with this thing. I don't have a super complicated stream. I only need like 5 buttons for 5 scenes. So
And I did the same thing as soon as I moved over to a macro board to use for OBS. I was able to use a 60% keyboard, no problem. And I haven't had a reason to go back. So it's like, I very much enjoy having a smaller keyboard instead of the giant one. Also, I'm selling a Corsair K70 RGB with MX Blue switches.
sell out.
So if anybody wants to buy it, please hit me up on Twitter or Discord. Thank you.
I'm selling them all.
I have never spilled on it. It's 100% serious. That is the one thing on this desk that I have never spilled. It is pristine, okay? I swear to God. I swear on my mother.
But yeah, for this thing, I highly recommend it. It's the program that you download to set it up is super easy to use. Like you literally just take an image on your computer, drag it over, plop it on, it shows up on the stream deck over top of whatever you put it on.
That's so cool.
They got it so right.
I need to
Yeah.
get it.
See a lot of people
I'm
using
actually
that
buy that now.
just for Adobe Premiere and Photoshop and just setting up hotkeys and shortcuts on the stream deck.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. All right. Last question. This one comes from Paul. Is PS4 Pro worth it over the PS4 Slim? I actually have no idea.
Me either.
I think he asked this
I didn't
because I
even-
was talking about, I found a PS4 Slim Uncharted 4 bundle on Amazon for $250. And a PS4 Slim is just a PlayStation 4,
Yeah.
but in a smaller form factor. And then there's the PS4 Pro, it does the 4K. I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, I
I'd be
don't own
fine
a
with
4K
PS4
TV,
Slim.
so what the fuck?
And it's a 500 gig.
Not to mention
Bundle?
most fucking creators out, like most of the developers and all that shit, even movie companies, they're not putting their shit out in 4K exclusively yet. So
Yeah,
I
I
got-
honestly,
5-6 more years before I have to worry about upgrading all that craziness.
yeah. So I would totally get the Slim. It's the same thing as a PS4, just smaller. And I'm running out of room in here. Desk space is almost gone. So the smaller, the better.
Word. All right. Last thing before we close the show, I'm going to show the U poll. The question was, will you be buying Destiny 2? If so, what platform? And it looks like 87% of you guys said PC. Well, we had 12%, which was actually just one person, will be buying it on PlayStation and nobody on Xbox. So I think for the most part within our gaming community, people were pretty down with getting Destiny 2. I think there's a lot of people who have not played a Destiny game in the past who see something like that's who I am. I'd never played Destiny,
Me too.
but I'm very much interested in giving it a shot.
I haven't heard that the PS4 Pro was going to lock Destiny 2 at 30 FPS.
I did see that. Yep. Because no console is pushing 4K at 60 FPS.
Did my cam freeze?
Yes, it did.
Hey, I'll leave it like that.
You're in deep thinking phase right now.
Yeah, even Speed's lagging a little bit now too. Fucking Skype.
That's what happens when you
Oh
go.
god. Hey!
I'm back.
All right.
You've been Skyping too long. Come on.
Who the fuck uses Skype for 3 fucking hours?
Even the Skype devs are like, what the fuck are these people doing? Why are they using this?
4G.
All right. We are going to close out this show with going around the room one final time, letting you guys know who all these guys are in their social media. So, SaltySam, starting with you, who are you? Where can we find you online? And do you have any special events coming up?
My name is SaltySam. You can find me online on Twitch and Twitter at TheSaltySam and on Instagram at SaltyAllDay. And I will be streaming tomorrow. And I haven't decided if I'm going to continue the BioShock saga or just do some random shit. I almost want to play Grand Theft Auto 5 RP, but I really don't want to have to fight for a fucking spot on a decent server. So we'll see. We'll see what happens overnight. I might wake up and feel like a pile of shit and just play fucking Rocket League.
One thing we forgot to talk about, but we don't have time for it, is the whole Instagram thing. Raise your hand if you're starting to use Instagram more than Snapchat.
The only reason I'm doing it is because they totally stole all of what Snapchat was good for.
Yeah.
So,
but
You don't have ads shoved in your face anymore.
yeah, I call this, it's the Apple effect. It's they take something that's already being done, they make it usable and they make it better, and then they push it back out. And for some weird reason, everybody just like moves over to this other product because it works better.
it's
And
because digital technology has no fucking copyright infringement law.
Yep. You've got intellectual property, and that's about it.
And it's hard to fucking prove.
Yeah.
The fact that Snapchat basically made their company off of buying a Korean company that made the face tracking and face filter shit happen for them is why I can't fucking say that Instagram stole their shit.
And that's one of my main points right now is people think that Instagram came out with this and introduced the face filters and everything. They didn't. They bought companies that had already started doing that. Companies with millions and millions of users. Instagram just said, hey, we're going to do it too, and we're going to do it better. And they did. So we're all going to be using Instagram. So we'll see you guys on Instagram.
I feel like the only reason people are going to use Snapchat is for what it was originally used for anyways. Nudes and fucking beating it.
Which is funny because now you can send snaps and stories that are unlimited.
Yeah.
You can send they don't even have to have a time limit on them. It's like, what's the point anymore?
Yeah.
Just send it straight to my messages.
They're scrambling.
And like Weenie just said it, Instagram has the expiring pics, like the temporary pics where it's one and done. Like they literally took every fucking feature of Snapchat, shoved the finger in their face, and was like, "Fuck you."
I very much prefer when people reply to my story that it's just saved and it's not volatile. I'd rather just see it and have it. I don't care that it disappears.
Well, that's not the only reason people use the app.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Dicks.
They send dick
Just
pictures.
Dick pics and tits all day long.
All right.
I am SpeedDemon. You can find me on the GSM forums and Discord, and on Twitter at SpeedDemon2533. I'm maybe streaming next week. I don't know what day. I'm gonna try Tuesday, so we'll see what happens. It'll be Witcher 3.
Also, you're gonna have to remove that GSN forums plug from your intro and outro there, bud.
Why?
Because we don't use them anymore.
True.
Oh, okay.
True.
It's hey, you've been doing it for the past year. It's second nature. It's okay. I still love you.
Is it 42's turn or my turn?
My name is Mr. 42. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitch at Mr. 42 and Mr. 42 TV on Twitter.
I'm BadBadRobot. You can follow me on twitch.tv/BadBadRobot. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheBadBadRobot. Also, I stream Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 days a week, sometimes bonus streams on the weekend. Wink.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
My name is Naaackers. You guys can find me streaming on this very channel 4 times a week. I'm going to be playing Metro 2033 Redux, Rocket League, and there will be the first ever Crocs and Hot Pockets 1v1 next Sunday. And that is going to be it for today's show. Chat, we appreciate you guys stopping by and keeping us company. You guys were on fire. This crew will see you guys in 2 weeks, but I will see you next Sunday for episode 25 of Crocs and Hot Pockets. Again, thank you everybody for stopping in. We will see you later. Everybody say bye.
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 You're writing about to drop major frames because of this Hot Pocket video. Here it comes.